Hello, this is Tria, and welcome to the Real Estate Apostle channel. I am passionate about helping middle-aged adults like myself overcome the fear of leaving the comfortable six-figure job to start a business. I'm eager to encourage my fellow Gen X to get off the treadmill working mentality and change our mindsets to believe that we can create our own wealth. Let's get started. Turo is a company that allows you to rent your car out to people. And in this video, I'm going to talk to you about my Turo business that I recently started in July. So this is now the end of my third month. So I did July, August, and September, and I'm super excited. And also, I have a special guest today, this evening, that's going to come up here. This guy's been in the Turo business, from what I understand, about a year, and he's pretty successful. And I'm excited to talk to him tonight. But I'm just here to say that I'm excited because I'm about to be an all-star host. Tonight was September the 30th. Is supposed to be the deadline to be to qualify to become an all-star host, and I'm just excited because I hit that goal way back in July, and I'm excited. But I had to wait for the title because they only do the evaluations every so many months or whatever like that, once a quarter. So I'm excited that I'm pretty positive that I'm going to get it because I'm 100%, and I've got some really good reviews, and I'm going to show that to you guys a little bit later tonight. And thank you guys for showing up here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Like I said, I'm going to have a special guest. I'm going to go ahead and drop the link here in the chat for my special guest, Tony Luxury Cards, to come up here, and he is going to help answer a lot of questions and stuff. Like I said, this guy, he has a fleet, and I'm going to let him tell his story when he comes up here. I put the link out in this chat for you, Tony, who has assured me that he is eager to come up here and talk. He's got a lot of experience, and he has a YouTube channel also. I did drop that also in the chat. His channel for the video that really turned me on to him. The algorithm showed to me, and he is somebody that kind of did what, or I guess I'm walking and following his footsteps. But I guess at some time in all of our lives, we are presented when it's time for us to make our change. So a lot of the things that we think that we're doing is just us. It's amazing that there's somebody else out there that's kind of going through the same thing or headed in the same direction that you are in. And it's exciting to see how those things kind of add up. And if you haven't already, go ahead and like and subscribe. And you guys can start putting some questions down here. And Tony, if you are in the house, go ahead and click that link here for the StreamYard link and there in the chat. And I'm going to post it up there. Is that it there? Yeah, there we go. Click that and then come on up here and tell the people, because you have a real amazing story, like a lot of us that kind of started off in this whole Turo business or, entrepreneur and stuff. A story about being, for those of you who don't know, I quit my six-figure job as a registered nurse 2 years ago to become an entrepreneur. I had a desire, a passion to work for myself so I could start to create financial wealth for myself and also for my family. And I felt a way for me to do that was to, work for myself. And I was just burned out and tired. I had worked, more than 30 years, and although I had a good salary as a nurse, I was just miserable because I felt like, like I had been sold a lie. Like, they tell us, you work your 40 years and then you retire. But most people. Like I was really frustrated when I would see older nurses still working or having to come back out of retirement because you couldn't afford to live off of the Social Security. So, just knowing that Social Security is not going to be enough for us, and to think that we have to do something else to supplement our incomes, and having your own business is really a liberating experience, and it feels good to generate your own income. And I'm just excited because for those y'all who've been following me for a while, that I've tried a few things in the past, and this is the first thing that's really worked for me, that I can say that I haven't worked as a nurse since March, and I'm excited that things are working out for me here. And after adding the extra 5 cars, now I'm up to 7. I'm excited because I've been managing it by myself, and I'm just excited because it's working. It's working. It's working. It's working. I've had like a tremendous week this week, because last week was the first week that I had the cars on there. And then this week I was really ironing out a lot of stuff for the accidents that happened. And the collision companies, I guess they're backed up or things are slow. Maybe because of the COVID thing, I don't know. But everything is like for the edge, it's not scheduled to get the work done until October the 26th. So that's like a whole month. And the filing of the claim. So it kind of went from my insurance company, and it was a big mess. But anyway, so after I was able to speak to somebody in the Turo department, the guest finally stood up and filed the claim with their own insurance. So that's being handled, and that was like a big weight off of my shoulders, because like I said, it was really stressful when that happened, but it just kind of awakened me to the thought that these are the things that's going to happen if you have a business like that. People are going to get into accidents. Somebody's going to smoke in your car. Those kind of things are going to happen. Guests being late. There's just a few things that go into this that you're just going to have to kind of get yourself prepared for and have a good attitude about it. Because if you don't have a good attitude about it, it's going to show in your energy, and the guests will pick it up, and then you'll get some bad reviews, and you'll tarnish your good reputation. And like I said, I'm excited about having the 5 stars and all that good stuff. So, people out there today, I was looking for my special guest who said that they were going to come up here and be happy to share the testimony and answer some questions, since they have so much experience. I really feel like each one teach one, or if you get to a certain section in your life, then you owe it to the people to share what you know, so you can help somebody else along the way. But while we are waiting, I want to I'm going to read off some of these great reviews that I have, and also which the title of this here episode about the success of the all-star host. And some of the great things that you do get with the all-star host is being at the top of the search engine for the Turo. And I'm just excited because even before, like, I haven't been presented with the title yet, because that'll come for on October the 15th. However, I've hit all the marks. All right, so I'm going to be bring y'all a very special guest. I'm excited that I actually have this, and I have a lot of questions and stuff too. And like I said, this guy, I was really impressed. I kind of binged watched his channel, and I've been drooling for more information and stuff. So without further ado, I'm going to add to the stream Tony
Hey,
from these luxury cars.
hey, how you doing?
All right, thank you for joining me.
No problem.
Um, all right, so you from Kentucky? Is that what
Uh-huh.
you're saying?
Louisville.
Okay.
Yep, Louisville, Kentucky.
Louisville, Kentucky. So,
Yep.
please introduce yourself and tell the people who you are and what you've been doing and how long you started your Turo business.
Yeah. So my name's Antonio, but I go by Tony. 35 years old. I had worked for AT&T for about 10 years, and I knew I wanted more out of life, and I knew I wanted, more money. And I went to Miami last year, Memorial Weekend, and somebody told me about Turo. Never heard of it before. I rented a car from a guy in Miami, and I was intrigued because when I got the car from him, it was a convertible, and he had like two other customers that are getting cars from him as well. So I was kind of intrigued. So I stuck behind and I asked some questions. I was like, just asking him a bunch of questions, like, how many cars you got, how much money you make, how'd you get started. I took his phone number and I told him I was gonna call him when I got back when I got home because I was gonna try it out. So came back from my vacation. I only had one car at the time. It was a Dodge Durango RT. That's my personal vehicle. Put it on Turo.
You put your personal vehicle on
Personal vehicle on
Turo?
there. Yep, it's the only car I had. So
What?
so yep. So I say I'm gonna try it out just to see how it goes. So I took my personal car on there, and so when I put it on Turo, it got booked like the next day, and
Ooh.
people started booking it back to back to back to the point where I never had that car no more. So I said, wow. I said, okay, this is was I wasn't expecting this. It took off really really fast. So then
Wow.
I was still work. I still had my job, and I was a technician, so I had my work truck. So I would drive my work truck, back and forth to work and rent the car
Okay.
out. And then I said, okay, let me look and see what cars are in Louisville because at the time, this was a year ago, this was last summer, there wasn't a whole lot of cars on Turo in my city. So there was no luxury cars, there was no convertibles, no, just basically it was just a lot of it was only a few cars to choose from. So my second car I went ahead and bought was a Ford Mustang convertible, and I bought a Camaro convertible, and they was both black. They was all like 2016. And when I got those two convertibles, it was in the middle of the summer, and basically it took off because there was no competition. Nobody had convertibles in my city. Nobody had the type of cars that I had. So those three cars just took off like to the point where it was booked every day. And I once that happened, I was like, this is I got something going here, And then I basically I started promoting. So I started like promoting on social media. I got like business shirts made, hats, t-shirts, business cards. I was passing them out everywhere, just promoting, just heavily promoting. And then
Wow.
I actually got on YouTube, and I watched a couple people videos on YouTube in like Atlanta, like other people that are successful, just soaking up knowledge, information, soaking up a lot of game and advice. And it's a guy you need to look. You got to look him up. His name is CEO Matty J. He's in Atlanta, Georgia,
Okay.
and
Yeah, I've seen him.
yeah. So one of his videos, he had a YouTube video like how to buy like 33 cars in 30 days or
Yeah,
something
I
like
saw
that.
that
Yeah.
one.
So when I watched that video, I was like, wow. I was like, I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna try it out. So basically, it worked because I had good credit. I've been on my job for 10 years. So basically, I was able to get basically a lot of cars with no money down,
Wow.
low interest rate. And I basically bought like probably 10 vehicles in like a month because it didn't show up on my credit.
Whoa.
Yeah, because it didn't show up on my credit report yet. So I basically started off with one, then I got the two convertibles. That was
What was
three.
the time frame between you started off with one, your own personal car. How soon did you add the second? You said you added two
So
more?
I added two more, like probably this was like June, probably it was like July. So it was like basically like a month later. It was basically within a
Wow.
month. Yeah, within a month I added the two more within a month. And then once I seen those three was doing so good, and then once I seen his video, I said it's time for me to go ahead and just get a whole bunch of cars before it hits my
Yeah.
credit report. So that's what I did. So I went online and I know how to go online and pretty much find like the best deals for cars and the best price, the best lowest miles. So I basically, shopped around online and I basically bought like 10 cars within like a month, basically, And
Wow.
then once I got all these cars, my thing was like I wanted to stand out from everybody else. So all my cars was black. All my cars had tinted windows. All my cars are like D8 Hemis. All my cars are the same price. I price every car $100 a day for any car.
Still now
Uh,
today?
still now today, still now today.
Really?
And then,
Okay.
yeah, and the reason why I do that is because I notice like when I try to go up to like 125 or 150 a day,
Uh-huh.
people will still book, but not as often. Or people will book, but they won't book for like at $100 a day. Somebody will book my car for like a whole week, like 7 days. But at
Okay.
125 or 150, they may only book for like
Yeah.
2 days,
Okay.
and so I don't make as much money. So when we keep it at 100, that $100 is like the sweet spot, and it's like people, I don't know, they something about that $100. People just they love it, and they will book for like long periods of time. Like I had one customer literally book my car for like 2 months, 2 months straight. And yeah,
Wow.
2 months. So by me doing $100 a day, it kind of it kind of like, and then every car being the same price, it's almost like a kid at the candy store. They're like, wow, I can rent this for 100, or I can rent
Got
that, I can
you.
rent this. So and then I do a limited miles too. So that kind of like make me stand out from everybody else here, because in my city, a lot of people don't offer limited miles. They only offer like so many miles, per day, and people's
Yeah.
traveling, they want to go with the best deal and with the best mileage.
True. Right.
Um, so now, so like I said, so I started last year, and then now this year, I have 16 cars, and I have a
Wow.
slingshot. So I have 17 vehicles total, and I'm pretty much like today, I literally been working all day, running the business, and I had like 8 cars go out today, so I'm sold out. I'm like every car is going this weekend. I'm
Okay.
completely sold out.
Wow.
And no, so normally every weekend, every holiday, I'm pretty much sold out. And pretty much like in one year, I'm already over like 1,000 trips. I don't complete over 1,000 trips in one year.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's it's been a journey. But I mean, I love it though. You know what I'm saying? I quit my job, so basically back to last year. So I thought so. What the turning point for me was once I got 10 vehicles and I seen all 10 vehicles went out in one day, and
Okay.
I basically made like $1,000 in one day. And I used to work on my job 40 plus hours a week, making like $1,000 a week. Once I made what I make in a one day in one week, I knew it was time for me to quit my job. It was time for me to go.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
I ended up putting my 2 week notice in and resigning the company, because I knew I couldn't do both. I couldn't work the full-time job and run the business, and I do Airbnb too. So it was
Okay.
like, yep.
Uh-huh.
So I started doing Airbnb around the same time I started doing Turo. And it's funny because like I actually put my own house that I lived in on Airbnb, and so when I was traveling, the house was empty. So I put it on there just to try it out, and it got booked, and people was booking my house,
Wow.
and while I was out of town, so it was like paying for my trips.
Yeah.
So anytime I traveled, I would rent my car out, and then I rent my house out, and I pretty much was able to travel for free
All right. That's so smart. Now let me ask you this. Are you doing this by yourself or
by
you
myself. By myself.
really?
Now I'm gonna tell you. Now I was able to manage it when I got to like maybe I don't know 10, like pretty much 10 cars. I think 10 cars is like the max, like the limit. Just
Okay.
for you and other people who want to do it. Like I think 10, you can probably manage 10 cars by yourself, but after that you gotta have help. So
Okay.
what I did was, as I got more cars, I started like hiring people. So I started like having like somebody to like wash my cars, having
Yeah.
somebody to like help me with maintenance. I have people, I don't hire people along the journey, but I don't know, but it's not. nobody can run my business the way that I do it. So it's like eventually we kind of like have a disagreement, we fall out, or they quit or I fired them, and then I'm back to doing it by myself again. And so it's like, so right now I'm in the process right now. I actually got like an ad on Indeed, and I'm trying to like interview people to try to find somebody who can help me because it is overwhelming, it is stressful, try to do everything on myself.
Yeah.
And then with me having so many cars and being so booked, it's hard trying to like clean the vehicles and then maintenance and then doing delivery and pickups and taking pictures and I watched a couple of your videos, and the difference between me and you, like other hosts, is I actually don't. I actually meet my customers face to face because I want to. Yeah, because I want to. Yeah, because I'm very. I just me. I'm very like personable, and I like to. But mainly it's because I want to see them. I want to make sure that that's who booked the car. Also, I want to give them one of my business cards so they can tell other people. I give them the keys, give them the business card, and then I basically I let them know the expectation, like my rules, my policies. So I let them know before they leave, like, hey, please no smoking in the car. Bring it back on time, bring it back on full, because a lot of times they don't read on the Turo page, like they don't read the guidelines, the policy. So I kind of give them
Oh,
like a
okay.
verbal. So I tell them like verbally.
Yeah.
Yeah. So every customer I pretty much meet like face to face. Like I know some people do it things differently where they just put like they have like a Dropbox or they can unlock the car from their phone, stuff like that. But I like to be hands on. I like to like meet my customers and like talk to them and give them, like I said, give them a handshake, greet them, shake their hand, give them a business card, and give them the keys. And that goes. And then when I do that, it's like they're blown away, especially when they see like all my vehicles and stuff, too, because now I actually have like a shop now, have like a where I keep all my vehicles stored.
Okay. So are you mechanically inclined
I'm
or
not. I'm
no?
not. Nope.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm not. So when I so well so I'm not mechanically inclined. So what I but over the year I got very lucky and blessed because I ran into people who like I have like a go to guy now for different stuff. So I have like a mechanic that I can go to. He's close by and he can help me with any type of like brakes, any type of mechanical issues. Then I also have like a body shop guy that I go to because a lot of people they're gonna tear up your cars. You're gonna get scratches and nicks and dings and curves curves. Rims hit the curves. You're gonna see like I've been through a lot, like which is why I need to start posting more videos of what I be going through. But like so I got somebody who I go to for body work. I got somebody like a mechanic. I got somebody who like washes my cars now. So I got like different people that kind of help me with my business. But as far as myself, I'm not mechanically at all. Like
No.
I don't even know how to
Okay.
I don't know how to change a tire or nothing. So I just
Okay. That's
yeah
that's me.
yeah.
All right, we have a comment here from Corporate HQ says dope live. All right, thank you, thank you. I'm excited because like I the algorithm just fed me your video, a couple of days ago.
Wow.
And I was, yeah. So I'm just excited because I was like, this guy needs to be posting every day. You know what I mean? Because
I know, but
you got it. Your channel is getting ready to blow up. You just got to feed the algorithm. You got to put the post, post,
and
post, and upload.
here's the thing. That's why it's because I was just basically just checking out your channel, and I was like, man, I said, man, she got a lot of subscribers, and I was like, in a lot of videos, and I'm like, man, and then I guess it's just the time, like, because it's so hard for me to. I almost have to probably hire somebody to who like record me and upload it for me because I just don't be having the time because I'm so busy with the business. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm hands
Oh,
on.
I know. That's why I'm
So I
doing
do.
the live so late.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But I agree. I'm gonna try to get in the habit of posting more content, more videos. Funny story is the only reason why I actually started doing the YouTube is one of my friends. He's a YouTuber, and he has I don't know, he has a track hawk. I'm not sure if you know what like a track hawk is. It's like it's basically like a Jeep Grand Cherokee with a with a supercharger motor in it. So
Okay.
you know, you have like a Hellcat Challenger and Charger.
Yeah.
He has a Trackhawk. His name is Trackhawk Derail is his YouTube name, and he is kind of famous. He has a lot of subscribers, a lot of views, a lot of followers. And what he do is he basically posts videos of people basically just riding in his car and shows like their reaction of
Okay.
them riding in his car because he'd be like scaring people because his car is so fast. So
Ooh.
so one day we was talking and he said, "Man, you got so many cars. You need to start posting videos and put it on YouTube because you can literally post a video every day, you know, a different car every day." And so he kind of gave me the idea, you know, because he has a lot of fans, a lot of subscribers, and all he do is basically just post videos of him talking or his car, getting people rides, stuff like that. And he kind of like blew up, you know.
Yeah.
And so if you go, so he kind of gave me the idea. So when he told me that, I said, okay, I'm gonna try it out, you know, and I started, you know, posting some videos on my page. But then I get sidetracked, and then I forget, and then a couple weeks later, I may post something, and you know, so I just, you know, I need to get in the habit of trying to be more consistent,
Right,
and
because when you do that, it starts to grow. And I know for me, like the reason why, like this is my first time to find something I actually wanted to do because I tried real estate and all that stuff, but everything that I did didn't work out. So this Turo was like a last ditch effort for me to do something where I didn't have to go back to work because
yeah,
the
yeah,
real estate thing didn't work out. And I was like, okay, well, let me just try this Turo because I was like, I just can't go back to work. I have to find a business that I
yeah,
can work in where I could, be doing that and then go from there. And then so I went and got 3 cars and put them on there and it started working. So
yeah.
I was like, yeah, this is happening. And then a guest had a crash in my edge, and that's what sent me to go back. And I got 5 more, so I have, I'm just
Oh,
yeah, and it's only I got those 8 cars in 2 months, in two
wow.
months time with the
So
little
so
credit and all that stuff.
so
I
look,
kind of stumbled on it. I didn't, mindfully do it, but I kind of like stumbled onto the path and things are working. And it's like the algorithm or the universe keeps putting people in my path. Like I meet up with you and then, you're great enough to come over here. And we kind of had the same story a little bit about being frustrated and feeling like I need to work for myself and
yep.
all that stuff. So I'm excited. And we have another comment here. Monty Bass says, great story showing how he got started. And I'm
Thanks.
just excited. Yeah, see, you
Thanks.
have a great story. And I'm
Yeah.
happy that you actually
And
came over here.
yeah, and I want to ask you a question. So when you got your cars, did you get them in your personal name or your business
They're in
name?
my
Or
business name, but I had to do a personal guarantee. So, like you were saying, having good personal credit make a big difference because it's gonna help open up doors for you to build business credit.
now, it's crazy you said that because I kind of did the opposite. So we can kind of help each other out and give each other insight. So I did the opposite. So when I first started, I actually I actually got all my cars in my personal name. Okay,
Wow.
because at the time I didn't know anything about LLC, about the EIN, about business credit. I didn't know nothing. So like I was just not knowledgeable at all. So I basically would just ban all these cars in my personal name. And I was able to get so many because I had good credit and I had a decent income.
Yeah.
But mainly it's because I got them all in a short period of time before it hit my credit report.
Yeah.
But after that, I ended up getting
All those
I,
inquiries.
well, yeah, I had all those Acaris, and then I had, and then basically my credit actually like capped, like meaning like I can't like I have 16 cars now in my personal name, so I can't get no more. Like I'm pretty much capped out right now.
Oh, okay.
After talking to people, I end up getting my LLC. I got an EIN now. I opened up me
Yeah.
a business checking account and savings account. And then after that, I end up applying for a business credit card. So now I'm establishing my business credit, and now I'm just pretty much waiting because everybody keeps telling me I need 2 years of
Yeah.
2 years. So I'm just basically waiting that 2 year mark so I can start getting more cars in my business name and not my
All
personal.
right. Yes, that's
You
how you
know,
do it. That's why it's important to start that LLC and get that
yes,
business checking account because that starts the clock. for the
Yes.
2 years.
Correct. Correct.
So a lot of us, we wait, say, oh, next time I'll do it this time. No, it start immediately, even
Correct.
if you don't have all the ideas and stuff, but just get it started so you can start running that clock and you get that, that business up to that 2 year age, that most financial companies want to see you have 2 years.
Correct. Now, and I'm gonna tell you another thing. I don't know if you've seen. I don't know if you've seen all my videos, but one of them I put on there. So basically, in last year, in 6 months, I pretty much made six figures last year,
Yeah.
in half in not even 6 months, like 5 months. This
Wow.
year, I'm already at I pretty much should clear like I'm already like at 240K already, and
Wow.
I should probably clear like over 300,000 by the end of this year. And from where I came from, I guess that's it's a blessing,
Yeah, that's
and
awesome.
it's also yeah, and that's still with me keeping the price the same. Like I haven't increased on my prices yet. I haven't like I know like some people charge more like holidays and stuff like that, or they
Mhm.
charge more for mileage, or they charge more for like extras. Like I don't do any of that. I just do a flat rate, $100 a day. No deposit, unlimited miles. That seemed to be very successful for me. Her.
Right. Yeah. When you said that, I went in and hiked up my prices. I felt like, when you first get started, I was worried about getting my name up in there and making sure, the algorithm, would put
Yep.
me up top. So I was
Yep.
letting, they, how they do you, you
Yep.
pretty much give your stuff
Now,
away.
yeah. Now I'm gonna tell you another thing too that I didn't know this, but this trial and error, just from learning, just from doing it is, um, you know how you have two different price options. You have the manual price where you just basically just go in there and put whatever price you want, and then you
Yeah.
have the automatic price where Turo will automatically do it based off demand. Okay.
Right.
Now, what I learned over the time is that if you do the auto price, you could also set a minimum and maximum with the auto. So
Okay.
so yeah. So what that means is so say it's like so with me, because like I said, because I was like you, I didn't know, and so when I first started, I just did the auto and I just let them pick the price. But then now what I did was I did the auto, but I still did where the minimum is still $100.
Okay.
So no matter what, I'm gonna get at least $100 a day. But if it's like a high demand, it can be more.
Right. Okay.
So that's one thing I noticed that helped. And then the same thing with like delivery, because at first I used to do free delivery. And
Yeah.
then I was like, I'm not, so then I changed it where I charge $100 for delivery, where if
Okay.
it's to the airport or if it's the hotel,
Uh-huh.
or I do basically up to a 50-mile radius.
Oh, wow.
And yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I was
So
doing 90 for
even
25 miles.
okay, okay, okay. So yeah, so it's a lot of stuff. Just like I would tell you another one is the discounts. So do you do like the 3-day discounts or 7-day discounts?
Yeah.
Or okay, okay.
Why
Well,
you don't think that's good?
yes and no. So it's good when you first start off because it's gonna get people to want to book with you versus other people, and then it's gonna make people book longer. Like 3 days or 7 days. Some of them want to book longer. And but on the flip side, um, it's kind of bad because you got Turo's fee and then you got the discount. So I'll give you an example. So like with me, when I do like my $100 a day, I'm on the 90-10 plan. So I get 10. So Turo takes 10%,
Oh, okay, got
and
you.
I get 90. Yeah, so I get 90. They keep $10. Well, if I do the discount too, then it's like I'm actually only getting like 80%. They taking 20. You know what I'm saying? So say if I do
Okay.
10% discount, so basically it's like they get in the car for $80 a day, and because the 10% goes to Turo and the 10% goes to the customer for the discount.
Yeah.
And that adds up. That adds up. So I say, play around with it, but what I noticed is like during the summer, like it was real busy here during the summer. So I was pretty booked because, solid consistently. So I took the discount off because it didn't really I was still getting bookings, getting rentals. So
Got you.
I kind of took it off. But then when the summer ended and school started back and people wasn't traveling as much, I took the discounts back on to get more bookings because it slowed down a little bit.
Oh, okay.
You know,
You have another question here. Money Bass wants to know, Tony, did you buy new cars?
no, no. So that's another thing. I noticed. I'm glad they asked you that because I noticed that you bought. I know that you said you bought everything that was like 2022. New car. Now I didn't do that only because like my opinion is a brand new car, especially the type of cars that I bought that I have is like 50, 60, 70K MSRP, the window thing, because I have Chargers and Challengers and fully loaded, and these cars are like
Muscle
50, 60
cars.
grand, yeah, muscle cars. Versus if I go used, whether if it's like 2018, now most of my cars are 2016 and 2018. By going a few years used, I'm getting these cars for like half the price, for like 30
Yeah,
grand. And because the
right,
cars is cheaper, my car payment is cheaper. So on average, I'm probably paying maybe like $400 a month on for my car note, and versus me paying $800 to $1,000 a month for my car note.
right,
So that's one of the things where I didn't buy any car new. All my cars I bought used, and I bought pretty much with like low miles. So it would still kind of like be like under warranty. But by me buying the used, I save a lot of money.
right. And so you get to
And
keep more of the money.
correct. Because like I was looking, like for example, like one of my Dodge, I have a Dodge Challenger and I have a Dodge Charger Scat Pack, and the MSRP window sticker is like $55,000 for these cars because they're fully loaded and they got like all the features you can think of. By me buying it used, and you can't even tell the difference between a 2018 and a 2022 that look the same. But by me buying it
Right.
used, I got the car for like 30 grand. You
Wow.
know, and then my interest rate was low. So my car payment was pretty low. So I probably paid, like I said, on average like $400 or $500 a month on my car notes. But if one customer missed that car for 4 days, it pretty much paid my car note. So everything
See?
else is all profit.
Right.
So that's what I try to explain to people, like, is Turo is, I mean, is nice because it basically is like, whenever my car is not rented out, I get to drive whatever car I want to drive, and then
Yeah.
when it rents out, basically it's paying for my car note, so it's building my credit, and I'm making money too. So it's kind of like a win-win.
Right. Yeah. And you're building up your assets too.
Yep.
Now, I mean, well, now you're going to start to in your business name too, because I'm sure you like you said, you're capped out as far as like how many vehicles you could finance in your own personal name before it even starts to hurt your credit because you're kind of with too many personal debt. Do you see that hurts your credit at all?
All right. So funny thing. So it did hurt my credit at first in the beginning because I incurred so much debt in a short period of time and so many inquiries. So my credit did go down a little bit. But now in the past year, because I have 16 um, car payments and making the payments on time every month, it actually boosted my credit up. So my credit
Right.
actually went up.
Okay.
So now I'm almost like an 800 credit score
Ooh.
because having all these on-time payments every month, and then having I have like other, like my mortgage and then my credit card, stuff like that. But basically, it's having so many open lines of credit and not missing a payment. That's pretty much like boosted my score up. So, but,
Okay.
but, but my score did drop though at the beginning, just because I
Right.
pretty much had like a $500,000 worth of debt, like all at once, with all these cards,
Yeah.
you know.
Right. Well, that's good. You have another question here. This one again from Corporate HQ says, Tony, how and where do you find these sweet deals?
Okay, so I'm gonna be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. So I was so here's I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. I'm going to tell that person. Because that's one of the things I actually was going. I'm actually going to plan on having a seminar class soon. By the end of this year, I'm going to have a class. I'm going to basically teach people about Turo and Airbnb and credit and how to find the cars, and pretty much just give them the game. I'm going to
All
charge a
right.
small fee and just teach people, how to do the same thing that I'm doing in their cities. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you. So I looked on. It was online and it was on two websites, cars.com and Auto Trader. So if you go to cars.com and you go to autotrader.com, you could literally go to that website, type in any year, any make, any model, and you could do like a 500 mile. I did a 100 mile search, like radius for my zip code, but you could do 100 miles, 50 miles, 500 miles, whatever you want. And basically, it's going to show a list of that vehicle that you're looking for, and you can kind of compare the price, the miles, the features, everything. So when I knew what kind of cars I wanted, I basically went on cars.com or autotrade.com, and that's how I found out my cars. And believe it or not, every vehicle that I bought out of state because it was cheaper. So
Wow.
so what I did was, like, once I found the car, I would call the dealership and I say, hey, I'm interested in your vehicle. Is it still available? And then they say yes. I'm like, okay, I want to put a deposit down so you can hold it because I'm going to come and get the vehicle from you. I want you to know I want to let you know that I'm serious. So I give them a deposit, and basically they will hold the vehicle for me until I come down there to get it from them. So I would either fly or I would drive out of state to go buy the vehicle that I drive it back home to my hometown, to Kentucky.
Okay.
And yeah, but every vehicle I found was online. I didn't go to any local dealerships here because here they was expensive, and also they wasn't like fully loaded. Like they didn't have like all my cars have like sunroof, navigation, heated seats,
Mm.
yeah, all the features you can think of. It's pretty much fully loaded. Leather, heated seats, heated steering wheel, cruise control. And here, a lot of these dealerships, they had cars that was expensive but didn't have all the features. And I'm like, look,
Right.
I'm not gonna spend, all this money on the car that don't even have a sunroof. They don't even have leather, and I can go get the same car cheaper with all the features.
True, true,
So
true.
that's what I did. So I went on cars.com and Auto Trader and pretty much found the cars that I want. I made a list. I called the dealership, told them I wanted it, put a deposit down, and the next day or two, I'm flying to go get it. I'm driving to go get it, depending on the distance.
Wow.
Um, so
Is
I
a
travel.
go
So I don't
getter.
travel like all over the state, all over the United States, basically buying cars and just take and driving them back home.
Wow, that's amazing. You have another question here. How are you? Can I hold you for a little bit longer?
Yeah,
You're
that's fine. That's
okay.
fine.
Excellent. All right. So Money Bass is asking, when you were doing everything on your own, how did you handle cleaning, etc. When you have multiple returns, cars going out, and deliveries the same day?
Okay.
You're still doing everything yourself, right?
Yes. Yes. And that's yeah. So, all right. So it's a good question. So when I very first started, and this is that's a good question because I was gonna ask you how you do yours. What I did was we have a Zips car washer, and Zips car wash is basically one of those car washes where you just run it through, and it pretty much washes it by itself, and then you vacuum it yourself. So what I did was I got a membership for all my cars, and what I was doing is I basically would just, like, when a car comes back, I basically would run it to the car wash and then get out, vacuum it, bring it back to my house, go get another one, run it to the car wash, and I just was doing that back and forth, and to get all the cars clean. And then when I got help, I would have my helpers run the car wash to the car wash and then bring it back for me as well. Now I will admit there was times where I may have four or five, six cars going out at the same time, and sometimes I had to, rush, or sometimes I had to tell customers like I'm sorry when they were cleaning in time, or sometimes the car wash would be closed, so I had to, like, do what I could do, but do the best I can do. But basically, the car wash saved a lot of time, and I did a membership. But then what happened was, a lot of times it was I was spending a lot of gas and then traffic, and then sometimes the car wash should be closed. Sometimes the vacuums didn't work, so sometimes it was a headache. It was a huge inconvenience. So when I finally got my shop, I have like a shop, like a storage unit now. I ended up getting water in my shop, and then once I did that, I went ahead and got like a water hose, pressure washer, vacuum cleaner, all that, like, at my shop, so I can kind of do everything like in house. So now I wash the cars there at my shop, which is more convenient, but it does take more time though. So what normally takes 5 minutes running through the car wash, maybe take like an hour, hand washing it, and then
Yeah,
drying it
about
off.
an
And
hour and
then,
a half.
yeah, yeah,
I'm
yeah.
hand
So
washing all of my cars myself.
wow, wow.
Yeah,
Wow. So
yeah,
that's why I love so that's why like I love customers who bring the cars back clean, because I don't have to worry about it, but the customers who don't, like I said, I would either take it to the car wash myself or I have one of my employees take it to the car wash. But now that I have my shop, I try to wash it like at my shop. And so which, is time consuming because with me having so many cars, it's kind of like I am, I'm there all day. Basically, I'm there all day. So,
right.
so that's one thing. Yeah, and another thing I want to mention to you too, because I noticed one of your videos is like the hours. So when I first started, I was available 24/7.
Me too.
And
I
yeah, I was
too.
able 24/7 because I was determined, I was eager,
Yeah,
yeah. So I was like, I was open all the time, and I had no life. Like I had no life. Like I wasn't sleeping. My family, I pretty much was just like, I was in grind mode, but I had no life. So I was like, I can't keep doing this. So I end up basically changing my availability. So now I'm 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 7 days a week. So I'm still open 7 days a
okay,
week, but I'm 9 to 9, and
right.
and that helps out because that prevents like the real late pickups and
Yeah,
early
two
return.
in
Yeah,
the
because yeah,
morning.
2 in the morning, all that stuff. Yeah, crazy stuff.
Yeah,
So now I'm open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. every day. Um, but when I was 24/7, it was crazy.
yeah.
It
Like
was
I was
crazy.
almost in tears the other day because I had four cars that I had to wash and get to the airport. So I'm yeah. So my strategy would be okay. So sometimes a car would be coming back, so I would drive my car there, pick the car up, drive it back home, wash, take it back there, and then by that time another car would have returned, and I take that one. So I'm going back and forth until I get them all up there and then out. And then usually I'll have like a day where all the cars are out. So then, like yesterday I had a free day, so I was able to get my massage and all, get pampered and all that good stuff.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
it's a lot. It's a lot. And then
yeah.
when I have cars that I take to the airport for airport pickup and delivery, and then instead of them coming to my house, I go to the little local Office Depot. It's about a mile or so from my house, so I take
Okay.
them there, and then I just kind of run home, get a little exercise, and that way people aren't coming to my house because I
Now
don't
it's
want
funny. It's
this.
funny you said that. It's funny you
But
said that because so funny story. So when I first started, I ain't gonna lie to you. When I first started, I had all my cars was at my house, at home, in my driveway, and
wow.
people was coming to my house, and I was 24/7. So people was coming to my house at midnight, picking up cars, dropping off cars. My
Whoa.
neighbors looking at me crazy, like, man, what's going on? What is this guy doing? So when I first started, I was because I didn't know I didn't have nowhere else to go. I didn't have no so like people was coming to my house, and then it got to the point where my neighbors they started
Yeah.
complaining and they started calling the police. They like basically the police
Ooh.
started coming over to my property, saying that I can't park my cars in front of my house. I can't park my cars on the grass on the curb. I can't run a business at my house. So I was basically I'm just being honest with you. I'm the only young black person on my block, on my street, and people don't didn't
Okay.
like to see that. They don't want to see
Yeah.
somebody, successful, young black person, and so there was just a lot of jealousy, a lot of hating, because I people used to park in the grass all the time, over here. So so it got to a point where like, I was getting citations. I was getting
Oh, okay.
letters in my notes on my door, saying I can't park my cars in front of my house or on the street, whatever like that, because I didn't have no room. My garage was full, my driveway was full. So family, I said I got to figure something out, and just so happened, one of my friends had like a storage unit, and I went to go see him one day, and he was like, go to the office and see if they got anything available, for you for your cars. And when I went there, they had a spot available. It was like a unit available. It was like $1,200 a month. and I can get like 18, like I could fit like basically like 18 cars in this
18?
unit. 18, yep,
Wow.
and it's indoors, and all utilities is included. It has like a lock to get into, it's secured. So like it was a blessing, it kind of worked out. So after that, I ended up moving all my cars to the storage unit, and I've been there ever since. And then once I did it, I was like, man, that was just I just felt so much better, comfortable, like people going there
With
now
guests
instead of
coming
to my
there.
house. Yeah, but coming to
Right.
my house.
Yeah.
So yeah, so I but yeah, but what you're doing is a smart idea too. Like I said, 'cause when I first started, it was my house.
Right. And
And
you're
so
a
I got
man too. Because when I first started, I didn't know, I put my address in there and
yep,
I actually had a family member to rent it out first to see how it worked because I
yeah,
was like, I didn't know. And then they said my address was there. So then that's when I was like, wait a minute, let me, a little strip mall right up the street. Let me put that address there.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that way, because somebody, I guess, ended up asking if they could leave their car at
I
my
get that
house
all the
so they took a
time.
trip.
I
Yeah,
get that all the
see?
time. I get that
That's
all the
why I didn't
time.
want it at my house because
Yep,
I'm like, and these people are guests, they're still strangers. You know what I mean? They're not
yep,
like your friends or nothing like that.
yep,
So what happens if somebody, because some people come back, they bring the car back on E, and if you have that kind of energy, you don't want them knowing where you live at.
yep,
I mean,
yep,
I'm a woman, so it might be a little different. You being a man, feel
yep,
more like it's okay.
yep,
But I just didn't want that because some people do a little shady business, like
yep, yep, yep,
and I
yep,
can always I can tell. They always start asking like, "How late can I bring the car back?" Or how much gas needs to be in there?
yep,
Start asking the
yep,
questions and
yep,
stuff. It's
yep,
like, oh,
yep.
okay.
I've been, yep.
They
I've been
about
there
to
too.
play me. They got to
Yep.
play the dumb. You got you
Wow.
another question here. They gonna get it out of you. So corporate HQ says, "Thanks so much. That helps, bro. How do you handle the insurance on these units? And how in the heck are you at such a high ROI, return on investment, at $100 a day? Crazy. I'm sick of my job. No crap. F these damn companies." All right. What you got to say for corporate HQ?
All right. So the first thing he said, what he say about the
Insurance.
insurance?
I'm gonna put it back up there. He says, how do you handle the insurance on these units?
Okay. Well, the good thing is, only thing I have to do is just pay for my rent at my storage unit, and everything else is covered. And like I have full coverage insurance on my vehicles, and then also of course if something happened on Turo, it's insured through Turo as well. So yeah, but so pretty much um that's how that goes, with the unit. I pretty much just, like I said, just pay rent, and if anything happens, I can just go to the office and talk to somebody who worked there and get it handled. And then the what he said, what
Oh,
is ROI?
return on investment. Return.
Okay,
Uh huh.
so what is
He
he
wants to know
asking?
how you're getting. But you said that he explained that he's getting the cars used, so he's getting more bang for his buck because he's getting the used vehicles that he's able to put on the platform. So the payments are much lower. So that's how he's
Correct,
able to keep more of the money.
correct. So at $100 a day, if you think about this, so if my car rents out every day for the month, that's $3,000 a month off of one car. And with my interest rate being low, and another thing too, I always did 72 months. So my term is 72 months, 6 years, to make it longer, to make the payment cheaper, lower.
Yeah.
So most of my cars, like I said, on average is like $400 a month, is my car payment. So if I make, $100 a day, 30 days, I can make up to $3,000 a month off one car. I pay off the $400 car payment. That's basically, $2,600 profit off one vehicle. And then you times that by 10 or 20, how many cars you got, and then that's basically your profit. Now another thing too, though, I would tell people who want to do this, is you know, have money put to the side, or have a credit card, because you are going to have expenses, maintenance, like I said, car wash, gas, maintenance, repairs, stuff like that.
Right.
So I always tell people, have money to the side. And what's so crazy is, like, I just did this yesterday. You won't even think about it, but I had to go and renew my tax because my birthday was this month, September, and a lot of my cars, my license plate expired at the end of the month. So I had to go to the local DMV to renew my tags on a lot of my vehicles. And don't you know that my bill, it's not even all the cars. I only like maybe half the cars yesterday because the other half was rented out. But my bill to renew my tags was like 4 grand. And
Yeah.
that was just half the cars. And I was
Wow.
like, I was like, man, but I had to do it. I had to pay it because I
Yeah.
can't I have people running around with expired tags. But yeah, but it was like 4 grand. But luckily I use my business credit card, and I just use that, and I'm just gonna pay the credit card back off. But I tell people, make sure you got money put aside for stuff like that, for unexpected expenses.
Right. Like you have to wait to be reimbursed when they return. You have to put the gas in there to fill it up,
Yep. Yep.
So for in 1 week I had two people to bring the cars back empty. I had to do the invoice to get it back. And I'm like, you brought the car
Yeah.
back
Now,
empty.
but
Like,
now, yeah. Now, look. Now it's funny.
yeah.
It's funny too that you say that because, like I said, I'm just being honest with you. This trial and error. Like when I first started, I didn't even know. I didn't even do that. Like I didn't even. I was taking losses. So like when I first started,
Oh,
yeah, when I first started, I didn't even know that you can go in there and charge people for gas and for smoking and for late fees, all that stuff. Like I didn't know because nobody taught me, nobody showed me. So I was basically just filling it on up and taking losses, and
bending over,
then
taking it.
yeah, yeah, and then finally, when I one day I was like, "What is this?" I clicked on. Oh, I was like, so I can actually, charge people for this, and so it was kind of like it was just learning experience, just trial and error,
Yeah.
and because I didn't know, like nobody taught me, and so it's kind of like one of the things I just had to figure out on my own. But in the beginning, a lot of people was doing that. They would bring the car back with no gas, and I would try to get the money from him. I'm like, hey man, the gas ain't full. Can you give me the money, or can you cash at me, whatever like that? But I didn't know I can go in the app. I didn't know I can go in the app and charge them.
Right. Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. And then you do know that don't do any of that little stuff off market with them.
oh yeah, I
Yeah.
already know. Yeah,
'Cause I
yeah.
saw, yeah, I'm sure you've been doing this for a year. But I saw this one guy's video. It was so sad. I had did a little reaction to him because the algorithm keeps feeding me these Turo people now to see that I'm actually doing this Turo stuff. And this
Oh,
guy was so sad. His side. I went to his his channel. He has two videos. The one video, two videos. They're both for Turo. One of them has got like 16,000 views, and he is talking about how a guest kind of banged up his Mercedes that he had
ooh,
just put on. Yeah, and Turo didn't cover the claim because he made an outside deal with them. So you know how when you first list your car, it gets all those pre-populated, those little default settings.
yep.
So they pretty much had gave out all these little discounts to where the person rent the car for 3 weeks and it wasn't going to cover the car payment. So he reaches out to the guest and say, "Hey, I'm going to need like an extra $120." So instead of having them cancel the trip and rebook it at the rate that would give him the money he needed, he made a side deal. So they
Oh,
gave him the $120. They kept his Mercedes Benz for 3 weeks, brings it back all scraped and scratched up, and the rims, damaged.
oh,
And Turo said, "We don't do the gray wire. You have whatever you do, it has to be in the platform. Like
yep,
you can't do no little side deals,
yep,
cash
yep,
at me the money and all that stuff." So just say that to anybody who's thinking about it. If a guest is going to ask you, I always refer them back to go to the trip details, modify it in there, and
yep,
I'll confirm it. But as far as this whole, you gonna send me $20 or out, don't do it.
yep.
Don't do it because Turo won't pay if something were to happen.
Right, right.
Yeah. Money Bass has another question. He says, "Do you have any issues with speeding, racing, etc., with having muscle cars? Ever thought about electric cars, Teslas, etc.?"
Yeah, that's a good question. That's so funny you asked that. That's a good question. So yeah, so believe it or not, out of almost all my cars, not even like all of them, even my truck, 'cause I got trucks as well. Even my trucks, my van, my Jeeps, literally every car, customers they want to speed, they racing, they doing burnouts, donuts, everything.
What?
Yes,
Oh
everything,
no!
everything. And so and what's really crazy is in the beginning, I didn't even know. I didn't even know that what they was doing on my car until there's another guy that I know who does Turo here in my city, and he told me about Bounty. You need to look it up. It's called Bounty, and basically it's a small black device, and you plug into your ODB port, and
Uh-huh.
what it does is it's real time GPS tracking. So you can see everything. You can see where the car's at in real time. You can see the gas. You can see the speed. You can see the if the check engine light's on, the battery level. You can see everything. Like it's very, very detailed, and it's not that expensive either. And so basically, when I got that bounty, I put it in all my vehicles, and then I set my speed to 100 max power. So if anybody go over 100, I get an alert. To go over 100, which I
A
feel like,
hundred. You're generous.
yeah, which I think that's generous. It's generous because the speed
Yeah.
limit here is like 65, 55 or 65. So I set it to 100, and you'd be surprised how many customers be going over 100
Wow.
and not even just I'm talking about like 120, 130, 140. Yes. So so that's the question. Like I get that it's very, very common and it's very stressful because so many customers they get in one of my challengers or chargers or and first thing they want to do is just race them and dog them and do the most in
Yeah.
them. And I tell them like, listen, this is the rental car. Like this is not like a race car. This is the rental. Like
Yeah. And
respect my
it's
car.
my
Like
car.
it's my
This
car.
ain't
Yeah,
Avis.
I know. That's what I explain to them. Like this is my car. I'm responsible. If something happened to it or something happened to you.
Yeah.
And then so it's been times where I had to call customers, or text customers, tell them to slow down. I asked them to return the vehicle because they was just doing too much in my cars. And I'm just being honest. And another thing that it shows is it also shows like um, the hard braking. You can see the hard braking and rapid acceleration. So I had one time where I had a customer literally had like 50 it was like 50 hard breakings and like 100 rapid acceleration in like one trip. And I was
What?
like, and I'm like, what are y'all doing? And
Yeah.
so when I got the car back, I had to get new brakes, rotors, tires because
Oh.
yeah. So basically I would just recommend anybody get some type of tracking device. I use Bouncy. There's many out there, but so you can kind of like track your cars, monitor, see how people's driving them, and then just let them know like if you race in my car, you go like I tell people like I let them know like that you're not going to dog my car, you're not going to race my car,
Yeah, doing
and says
donuts.
yeah, doing donut because the tires are expensive, tires are
Yeah.
expensive and brakes and then like
Tires.
yeah, then like I don't had like it's crazy. I don't had so many stories, so many crazy stories, crazy situations. Like I said, I should have made videos, but like just recently, like I don't had a customer got pulled over in the highway for doing like 150 in one of my
What?
cars.
Oh,
150 got pulled over, went to jail. The car got impounded. I had to go get the car at the impound lot. When I got the car at the impound lot, the car was filthy. The gas was on E. The brakes was
oh,
grinding, metal to metal. I had to get it towed back to my shop and to get it because it wasn't even drivable. Like it was so bad. I was like, dude, how what? And they had it for like 3 days. And and that was my Durango. I have a Durango SRT, and most people who rent that car, they just want to drive it to the max. They just want to they just want to drive it to the max. And so now
were you
I'm very
able to bill or file a claim or get any
yes,
type?
yes,
Okay.
Yes. So yep. So I was able to get a claim. That's one good thing I love about Turo is like when stuff like this happens, they do reimburse me for everything. They reimburse me for like the tolls, the tolls, the impound fee, the
Oh, okay.
gas, the late fee, the proper return, me having to go get the cars.
Yeah,
They reimburse me for everything. So that's one good thing I love about them is they will reimburse me and help me out a lot. When I have these crazy issues.
yeah.
Because I have a lot. I have a lot of stories, a lot of crazy stories
Wow.
that I could tell you with my cars. Like one got stolen, one got wrecked, one somebody committed a crime in, somebody did like a shooting in, and
No.
like I don't had a lot of crazy stories in my cars. So
Wow.
it's but I kind of you know I kind of expected it's because of the type of cars that I have, and then the because basically most of my cars are muscle cars, and they're all black, and I'm the only person with these type of cars in the whole city.
Mm.
So and then I have a lot of trips, so I kind of expect to have some issues every now and then because I have so many trips. You know but yeah, but what I was going to say is going forward. Now I'm thinking about getting different type of vehicles when I expand and get more cars and add to my
Mhm.
fleet. I'm probably going to try to get like different cars and try to get like a different audience, different crowd, you know,
Okay.
um, because
Yeah.
yeah, because it's like most people like a lot of customers who rent these cars. They're young, they're they
Yeah.
just up to no good.
Yeah.
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 So
Cause I started off. I had a convertible Mustang that I took it off the platform and I rented out to a family member, to cover the note on it. I was worried to put that convertible, my little rag top on there because I was thinking, whether somebody mess up my top or put the wrong gas in it because this
yeah.
one was, the big engine that needed the premium gas in it. So I was
Okay.
like
Okay.
worried that, if somebody put some regular gas in there or just mess it up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And now I have just another regular little Mustang on there. So I'm just more relaxed with it. But this was at first, and I was worried to put something on there and know that people not going to care about it and stuff. You
Yep.
know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
Because people don't care. They don't care. Some
They
people
don't.
do, but
They
a lot of them don't. And
they
then
don't.
the ones that don't care, um, it's because like they don't, maybe they have bad credit or something like that, where they don't understand the value and the hard work that it took
Yep.
to get these things, so they just trash them.
Yep.
Like like I said, I just added 5 new vehicles again, and then one young chick with makeup on the hands. This is another thing too. Like these cars, I didn't think about it. Some of the newer ones that have white interior, like a tan
Ooh.
interior. Yeah. So I
Oh.
won't do that again because my first set of cars, they were all, dark and black interior. And the makeup hands and touching, I'm like, good heavens, why would you do that to somebody's car? But people that do that, that's what they do. So I have to get
Wow.
the makeup remover to kind of get that off. And then that person, another person had smoked in the car. And yeah, so I got one of those ozone machines. Are you
I
familiar
got
with
one
them?
too. Yeah, they,
Okay.
they, they actually sent me a thing not too long ago. It was like they gave anybody one for free on Turo. I don't know if you got that, but they sent
No.
out a notification. It was like basically that was like as long as you put in your information, they would mail you out one of those things for free.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, I bought one. I didn't know really how to use it, so it didn't take the odor out all the way. I only put it in there for like 30 minutes, so maybe I should have did it longer. That was the first time that somebody actually, or that I've just felt like it was smoke in there. And actually,
Okay.
she burned a little hole in my driver's side mat. Turo denied the claim, saying that you're supposed to have cigarette butts and ashes and all that stuff. Like, who really leaves cigarette butts in there?
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
like, okay, it smells. Like, how can you prove a smell? They said you didn't show the proof that
Yeah, I've been there before too, where they denied my claim for smoking,
Uh huh.
and it's funny because I actually had customers though before who actually did leave evidence though. They'll leave like an ashtray in the cup holder. Or they leave like a blunt or black and
Oh,
now or
okay.
cigarettes and stuff
Yeah.
in the car, in the cup holder, on the floor and stuff like that.
Wow. Well,
So
there's your
I,
proof then.
yep,
Okay. But like, okay, I guess I don't know. Well, anyway, this person didn't leave any of that stuff, so I did all the cleaning and stuff, and I was so irritated because this it was new. I had just got it, put it on there. It was the first renter, and then the person who rented it afterwards had rent for like 5 weeks, which was my longest trip to date. And I
wow,
was really disappointed because that renter reached out to me to say that they could smell a faint scent of the smoke and didn't want me to think that they had smoked in the car. So I was just like, it's making my reputation bad because I get 5-star reviews and people talk about how nice and clean the cars are and stuff. So I was
yeah,
just kind of pissed off that this little young person, not only put the makeup fingerprints on the vinyl, the visors, but you also smoked in there too. So yeah,
yeah,
but that's what happens. A corporate HQ actually, first question, this little clarification here said, I meant, did you have any issues insuring so many cars when obtaining your insurance, or no sweat? Sounds like it was no issue. So you say you have 16 cars,
yes,
and all personal insurance, like,
yes.
so you didn't have any problems? Are they
No, I
all with
did.
the same
No, I
company?
did. No, I did. I did have it. I did. So I was with when I had 10 cars, I was with Allstate at first. And Allstate, and then when they found out what I was doing about Turo, what I was doing, they did not want to renew me when it was time for renewal.
Oh,
So then I started shopping around trying to find another insurance company, and everybody was so scared. Like as soon as I said I had 16 cars, or told them about Turo, everybody was like just scared and
yeah,
panicked and didn't want to give me insurance. So I called 3 different people and tried. And so a family, this guy I went to school with, he has his own State Farm branch here, and I called him. And he said, I can get you insurance, no problem with all your cars. So I ended up switching over to him to State Farm,
okay,
and I got State Farm now for my auto insurance, for all my vehicles. But at first, it was a hassle because nobody, lot of the insurance companies, they still don't know a whole lot
yeah. They
about
don't know, so
Turo.
they go, no, we
And
don't do that. Yeah, I
yeah,
found I
yeah,
had that problem too.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So, and it sucks because I wish there was a way that took like I wish there was a way that I can just basically like not get it, like not have insurance or just have liability. Because what I mean by that is when I explain to the insurance company, like, listen, if somebody rents the car out, I can do a claim through Turo, so it's covered. So, but I still gotta have insurance for myself because these vehicles are being financed, and then just to have proof of insurance because I get pulled over, stuff like that. But I'm not really driving these cars every day, so I wish there was a way I can get like lower coverage or lower policy, because basically they thinking that a lot of these insurance companies thinking that if I rent the car to somebody and somebody steal the car, wreck the car, then I have to you call my insurance to do a claim. And I was
yeah,
trying to explain to them that no, I could do a claim through Turo,
yeah.
and
Turo
yeah,
have a
yeah.
cheaper
So
deductible.
right, right,
Right.
yeah. So, but yeah, but it was a hard finding a company who would insure me, but I ended up going with State Farm and been with them ever since.
Okay,
So
cool. All right, so corporate HQ said y'all are lit. Yeah, you got to keep posting. So both of us, we got to keep posting. Seriously, fam. He says, Treya, please save this live. I'm going to save this live, and I put your channel at the top of this. But you can drop it again in this chat if you want to. Y'all need to
all
go
right.
on over there and check out Tony Luxury Cars and
Yep, yep. So
see his
yeah,
channel.
so my YouTube channel is, and also I have a Facebook and Instagram, Snapchat, everything is Tony Luxury Cars on all social media platforms and YouTube. If anybody wanna, subscribe to my page. And like I said, and I am gonna have a seminar class soon. So if you want to attend, or because it's going to be virtual and in person. because so many people have been reaching out to me. Like I know I had so many just random people from like other cities, other states hit me up and basically be like, man, I want to do what you're doing, and can you teach me the game? Can you give me advice? Can you show me how you got started? And I'm talking from all, like all over, all over. So basically I'm gonna have a seminar class by the end of this year, and
Okay.
pretty much just teach people, you know, about Turo, and
Good,
Airbnb
good,
and about
good.
credit,
Yeah.
just give
Because it's
people advice.
definitely needed. Yeah, Monty Bass says definitely. I'm going to watch the replay also. So you dropping a lot of gems. I really appreciate you. Stepping up and coming. Answering the
Get
call
up, huh?
and like this lady
Get
keep
up, huh?
bothering me.
No, that's fine. No,
Uh,
I do want to ask you because I'm kind of curious myself because the way we got our cars is a little bit differently. So did you already have your business? You already had like an LLC or EIN before you started doing this?
Yes, I
Okay.
got my real estate license 2 years ago, and that's what I originally was going to do. Was real estate? I was going to do Airbnb,
Okay.
and when those things didn't work out, so I had the LLC for the real estate apostle, which is my LLC, and the checking, and I was building up a little bit of business credit with that.
Okay.
So when it come time for me to figure out this new Turo business, I just, used that business because it was already established. I already had a checking account that was, 2 years old and
Okay.
all that. So I just kind of pivoted with that.
Okay. And so how did that work? Like when you got your first car in your business, what does that process looks like? Like how does that work?
Oh,
Uh,
okay. Well, they pretty much do the same thing they do when you go for your personal. I had to do a personal guarantee. So they,
okay.
ran my personal credit. And at that time, they was using my old salary as a nurse. So I had a really good salary and good
Okay.
credit. And then the business name. So I did a personal guarantee and I got 3 cars because I wanted when I knew I was going to start the business, I did a little bit of research and it said that if you want to do 6 figures, you need to have about 10 cars to get around 100,000 or so a year. And I felt like I needed to have more than one. Like one car wasn't going to be enough for
Well,
me to like, oh yeah, I'm going to stay quitting the job. Like I would feel
yeah,
like I would be. It wouldn't even be enough work to really motivate me. So I
yeah.
went and asked for 3. I said, can I buy 3 cars here, put in my business name, and I want to put it on the Turo platform. And so they really didn't know much about it at the dealership.
Yeah.
And then one person did, so then they started to like really root for me. So the finance guys, they did, what they do is they slingshot your credit out there to tons of people. And at this time, I didn't know that that what was going to happen. That I was
Okay.
going to have all these inquiries, and it was going to really slice into my credit score and stuff. But I found a company that I paid to help get those inquiries off, so it put my score back up high. So when I came back in 2 months later, I got 5 cars.
So when you bought the 3 cars, was that like 3 different like auto loans, or was that like a line of credit, or
No,
what?
3 different loans. I have to wait. They said 6 months before I can start applying for the lines of credit. They want to see me doing this for 6 months. So
Okay.
yeah. So even when I come back in the 2 months and they gave me the 5 cars, I've got a different finance company for every car.
Oh, okay. So
So they was
so
doing their little maneuvering and stuff. So
yeah.
that's why they was like, well, each time, it was like, hey, we got you a third one. You want to get that? Hey, we got you qualified for 4. We got you qualified for 5. They wanted me to do it that same day because eventually all those inquiries going to show up. And then, like, if I try to go back next week, I won't qualify because now I've got all these inquiries on. So the best thing to do is when you do that process, try and get as many as you can that same day. So.
So okay. So was this? So you went to the same
I went
dealership?
back to the same
Eh,
dealership.
Okay. So you just had to give them your EIN number.
Yeah, and your
And
when your LLC, your all of this, the corporation, your information, your
okay.
EIN, And then
Okay.
the second time I went in, they just went back from my first little information because by this time it's been months since I've worked. I was like, hey, all I have is what I'm
Yeah.
doing with this little Turo thing. I'm not really, doing any
Yeah.
big things here. And
Okay.
so I felt like I had developed a relationship with them because the finance guy knew me and they were all coming out, to help me and stuff. So establishing relationships, keeping a good personal credit, and doing everything the
Okay.
right way is how
So, so let
second.
me ask you this then. What is the is like the interest rate and the terms the same on the business side versus on the personal?
um yeah, I would say I got 2.3,
Oh, that's good.
3.7s.
Oh, that's good. That's low.
Yeah, pretty decent. And
Okay.
then this time it was zero down for the 5 cars. When I got the 3 cars, I had to put 3,500 down
Okay.
to get the
Okay.
three. And
Okay.
I have all maintenance programs. Everything is all included with everything because I'm not mechanically inclined. I don't know how to change a tire, and I just didn't. The reason why I got the new cars was because I didn't want the stress or the headache if something were to happen to a used car, or to have a, because I didn't. I don't know. I don't want to have that. I just wanted everything to, and because I'm
Yep.
new to this whole thing,
Yep. Yep. And I'm
and
glad.
I
I'm
was
glad.
worried more
Yeah.
about building it instead of
Yeah.
trying to get more money because buying
Correct.
smarter. Like I totally agree with what you did. If I felt like maybe if I had been a guy, maybe I would have leaned more towards doing
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. Now, see, so I'm glad you said that because we kind of did like we do the same thing but kind of came from two different sides, because every car I bought was pretty much was used, and some of my cars was under warranty, some was not, and I had to like pay out of pocket for repairs and stuff like that.
right,
And so I'm glad that I could share with you my experience, your experience, because now I kind of know, like, going forward, to try to get more cars in my business, and then maybe getting a new car or either a year or two old, because pretty much all the cars that I bought was like 2016 and 2018,
hmm
and some of them was still under warranty, some of them was not. And when I had maintenance, I pretty much was paying out of pocket for repairs, for maintenance, and I had to get it fixed because if I didn't get it fixed, I can't rent out. I can't
right.
make no money.
Yeah, and if you don't
Um,
have money set aside,
Saved
that could
up.
really wreck. I'm pretty sure a lot of
Yep.
people's business failed when the first time somebody
Yep.
had an accident, or they had to keep replacing the gas because people didn't do it, and maybe they didn't have the $40 to fill the
Yep.
tank up. You know
Yep.
what I mean?
Yep.
Not saying that that's bad or something, but
Yep.
sometimes people don't have enough reserve to when the thing
Yep.
happens because it's all stuff is going to happen. That's just
Yep.
life. You know what I
Yep.
mean?
Yep.
Something is going to happen, so you have to be ready for it.
Yep.
And then sometimes that could just be one thing too many that just like boom, business is up.
Yep. Yep.
Like when
And
the
I'm
lady crashed my Edge, at this time now I'm down to one car, and the Edge
mm,
was actually my money maker. It was had the most bookings on it, and actually had a bunch of trips already scheduled. So that's why
mm,
before I did anything, I went right to the dealership. I was hoping to just get at least one to replace the trips that the other one already had booked on it.
I got you. I got you.
I got
Okay.
3 of them, so
Three of them. Okay. So
yeah,
so so how you said you're in Alabama, right?
Montgomery,
Montgomery.
yeah.
How many people is on Turo there? Like how many
There's
cars?
33 cars on the platform.
That's
33.
it?
Yeah, and 7 of them are mine. Yes, that's what
Oh
I'm saying.
wow.
Shoot, it's like it's super new, and like I started
So
in July, right? And in July when I
mm,
started, there were 21 cars.
wow.
So
So
it's grown, but look, I put 5
I
additions to it too.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you right now because that's crazy. Because so what I was telling you when I started a year ago in Louisville, that it was almost the same here. There was only about 30 or 40 cars here last year. Okay, now since then it has grown. So now it's like 200. It's about 200 cars,
Wow.
but it's still 200 is not a lot because you have the population here is like 1 million people.
Okay.
Even though the number did grow from like 30, 40 a year ago to 200, it's still not like Miami or Vegas or LA when you have thousands of people
Yeah,
on Turo, these other bigger cities. But you're in a good position because with it only being that many cars,
I
you
got a
don't have a
good
lot of
market
competition.
share.
Yes, correct. So if I were you, I would try to get as many cars as you can get, and I would put it on there, and I would try to make as much money you can get because I noticed this with me is like I said, I got 17 vehicles now, and it's about 200 cars on the platform, but the reason why I still stand out from all the other Turo hosts here is because of my reviews, my price, and my limited miles. And then my reputation. Because now a lot of people they think that Turo is mine. They think that Turo is like my website, like they my platform.
Wow.
Yeah, so a lot of times they call me, but like they think that, and I'm like, nah, I'm just a host like anybody else. But they won't even go to nobody else. They won't even rent a car from nobody else. Even if someone else have a cheaper price, they won't even rent a car from nobody else because
That's
they
great.
want a brick from me. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
because they can
uh,
trust you. They know what they're getting. You're
correct,
being consistent. They
correct.
know, okay, this guy, this is what he produces, and
Yep.
he's
And,
consistent
and I'm
with it.
yep. And I'm gonna tell you another thing that's gonna help you out if you haven't got that already is becoming the all-star host. If you all-star host or a power host, you're gonna show up first in the listing. So when somebody
Yeah.
search
I
the,
show up first here because I'm the
the
and I'm
top
not
person.
yeah, but I've got
Okay.
all the qualifications. The deadline was tonight, and then they're gonna announce it on the 15th. So
Okay.
I am, but I've already the first top in the search engine because I'm the only one that have all 22s. My whole
Okay.
fleet 22s.
Okay. That's good.
And I've got all the Fords, and I offer unlimited miles.
Okay. So
Two
you
of them are on the Turo Go app,
two
which
or go.
I love.
Nice.
That it's amazing.
Yep.
And soon they're gonna let the other five get on there. I think it's like a waiting time. You
It
has
is. It is a wait.
okay,
Yep. Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
So
Yep.
recently, I've been having to let them in because I have all my cars are on the Ford app, so they come with the GPS, the tracker, so I can see the gas. That's how
Okay.
I know. Like when people turn it back on E, I'm looking. I'm like, okay, you didn't put the gas up in there, so I go
Yep.
immediately and go ahead and fill it up, send the pic, and get the invoice going and stuff like that. But
Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honey Bass
So
says muscle cars seem like they would invite more risky type for sure. Okay, this here note came first. Said he's laughing at the 100 miles. I set the limit to 75.
yeah, like I said, I was being generous. I was
I
being
know, that's
generous,
what I said.
7 to 100,
Yeah.
and still so many people. Like just as I've been on this live right now, I can show you. I literally had like two or three alerts. People speeding going over 100.
Oh
Oh
no.
my, yeah,
What?
yes, and yeah. So it's like every day I'm checking my phone because I get alerts of people going over 100. And this is not just the muscle car. This is all my cars though. Like even my van, my
In
Jeeps, my trucks,
the
my
minivan. Stop.
yes.
People need to
Like
stop.
people just drive fast. They just I
Yeah.
don't know what it is, but it's like every vehicle that I have, I get alerts. People speeding.
Wow.
And what they don't understand is it's not safe,
Yeah.
and that's why I try to explain to him. Like I'm like, dude, anything can happen. Like you can get pulled over, you can go to jail, you can kill somebody, you
Yeah.
can hurt yourself, and then or you can wreck the car. Then I'm losing money because the car's in the shop getting
Yeah,
fixed.
exactly.
It's just
Yeah.
so many stuff that can happen, and so eh, you know, but you can't control people's
You can't.
driving
And
habits.
then most of the time, people are even less careless in someone else's car. You
Yep,
know what I mean?
yep,
Like, that's why I always say, like, you can't have a personal attachment to these
yep,
cars. You got to look at
yep,
it like these are
yep,
income
yep,
producing assets.
yep,
So once you
yep,
start feeling like, that's why I didn't put my car, like you said you put your own car out there. Like I was getting ready to, right?
Yeah.
It had been, a while, and I was like, man, I'm gonna have to go back to work if the real estate thing doesn't work out. So I was gonna put my car out there, and I was like, wait a minute, man. I might feel some type of way if somebody, what I mean, put the wrong
What car?
gas in there. I
What
have a
car do you have?
BMW X3, so my personal car. But all the Fords that I bought them to put on the platform, even though they knew I still, I feel like they're just there for the work. But
Yeah, go ahead and put that car on there too. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because everybody asks me this all the time. People they say, Tony, which car is your personal car? Which car do you drive, or what's your personal car? And I tell people like I don't have a personal car, and they look at me crazy. They're like, what? And the reason why is because I will lose so much money if I keep one car for myself and not rent it out and keep it my daily driver. I will lose so much money doing that. So now, like all my cars, literally is on Turo, and what I do is whatever car is not rented out, that's the car that I drive that day. And when I'm sold
okay,
out, when I'm completely sold out, I basically just I catch a Uber, I catch a Lyft, or I stay in the house, and people be like, man, you crazy. But I look at it as if I keep one car and say that's my personal car, that's the potential of me making basically $3,000 a month off that one car,
mm,
which comes down to like 36,000 a year off that one
okay,
vehicle. Yeah,
yeah,
so I don't so basically I don't have a personal car, and people and so I so like so there have been times where like I'm basically in the house. I'm basically in the house making money, but I don't have a car to drive. And if I want to go
right.
somewhere, I just get something delivered, food delivered, or I catch an Uber somewhere.
Yeah,
And,
that's true. Because like today, I had to turn over two cars, so I'm washing, turning over. My car is just parked there. I'm not, you're right, so
I'm telling you, it's
I'll think about it. But the only reason why I'm like kind of hesitant is because when the cars come back from a trip and the way some of the people,
yeah.
I'm just, and then that smell, it just, I don't know. I can't explain it. I just would feel like it's not mine. Like, I
Yeah, I
don't know.
understand. Yeah, I understand.
I,
Yeah,
I
I mean,
don't,
I get it.
I don't
Like
want
I said,
them.
my first car, my first car that I had was like that because I had a it was my Dodge Durango RT,
Uh-huh.
and it got red interior, TVs in the headrest. It's a Hemi.
Oh, wow.
It's my
Okay.
favorite car. Like I love it. I love that car. That was my personal car. And when I put it on there, the same thing. People they're not gonna take care of it, treat it like it's their self. Like it's their own car. And so, but now I begin to just accept it that, like you said, I can't, you can't have no attachments to these
Yeah.
cars because I mean, it's making me money.
People gonna eat in the
And
car. They're gonna have their kids eating in the car,
yep,
sticky fingers, all that kind
yep,
of stuff. So if it's things that you wouldn't do, some
yep,
people eat in the car. You know what I mean? Some
yep,
people it's like, oh, I would never eat in my car, or I wouldn't let any kids eat. You know what I mean? But
yep,
I'm like this one hurricane. I'm like, what did they have a birthday party here? Like, what's this cake?
yep,
What
yep,
happened in here? But like now I don't even really trip too much because at first I used to always watch the GPS to see where people were going. And the first time somebody went out of the state, I was like ready to freak out. What? They never said they were leaving the state. But I'm thinking like you offer unlimited miles. Like, why
yep,
are you caring where people go? So
yep,
now I only look when it's time for them to come back so I can see if they're going to be late or not, or if,
yep.
they close to
Be
coming.
on time. Yep,
Yeah. So that's
yep.
about the only time I'll do it. Oh, we got a newcomer, not a newcomer, but a hey Pinto Bean. Pinto Bean says, hi to all. I have a question. Do you lease your cars? I apologize if the question has been asked, but I'm just joining the live. Welcome, late
Yeah.
bird.
Yeah, so I don't know about you, but I don't lease none of my cars. Every car I got, I financed them.
I'm financed here
I didn't
too.
lease because with lease you got to put so much money down, and then you get penalized for the miles. If you go over so many miles a year, they penalize you for that as well. So I finance. Now my other friend of mine who does Turo, he pay cash for his cars. He would buy a car for like 10,000 or less and pay cash for it. But it takes so long for you to actually see a profit. When you pay cash for a car. And then when you leasing a car, you got to put so much down. And then if you go over like 12,000 miles a year, they're gonna charge you. So to me, the best thing was the finance because with me financing it, I didn't have to put no money down. I got low interest rate, low monthly payment, and then I can basically in a couple years I can trade the car in or I
Yeah.
can sell it.
And you have a
And then start up.
value in the fleet.
Yep.
You have the value in your fleet.
Yep. Used cars are still
Yeah, right
high
now.
demand right now because of the chip shortage. So,
Yes.
yep.
Yeah. You sitting on some money.
Yep.
Money Bass says, question for both. What is your number one pick for a vehicle to have on Turo and why? I'm gonna let you go first since you
Well,
got the experience.
yeah. So for me, I would say, my Dodge Durango. I would say SUV because I actually bought two more, so I actually have three Durangos now, and then
Okay.
I have two Jeeps and I have a van. And right now, my SUVs does better than all my cars because of the room, the space. People got kids, luggage. Plus, they're all year long vehicles. So versus like my convertibles, it's only hot during the summertime. When it's cold, people don't rent. People don't want to rent the convertibles when it's cold here. So they normally sit, don't make no money. But my SUVs, people rent it all seasons, all year long. And then my Durangos having the third row, people, you can get 6, 7 people in that vehicle. So a lot of times people can they'll split the cost, or they got kids, they like the extra space, the extra room for luggage. So my SUVs does really really well, which is why, like I said, that's why I bought. I now have three Durangos because the first one was stayed booked like all the time, and so I got another one just like it, and then I ended up getting the 2018 SRT Durango, which I can step up. But yeah, but my SUVs does more best than all other vehicles that I have, just because of the space in the room and they're vehicles that and it's all wheel drive too. So with it being all wheel drive, if it
Yeah.
snows, if it rains, people like that as well. Versus a lot of my cars is rear wheel drive, and they don't do good in rain and snow and stuff like that. So for me, it's my SUVs are like my top performers.
All right, yeah, same here. My Ford Edges, they only seat five. However, they do have the all-wheel drive, and then I
Okay.
have two Ford Explorers, and people like that because it has the third row seating, and
Yep.
can seat more people. But the SUVs are the way to go.
Yep.
I feel
Yep.
like that's the thing because a lot of times they're more versatile. They're more
Yep.
versatile.
Yep.
So
Versus. Yep. Yep. When you
I like
saying that,
that.
and
Yeah,
yep, more
kind of
people
sets
can
me
fit in them,
apart.
and they are all year long,
That was a
all
great
season long.
question, Money Bass. Oh, he laughing at something here. Money Bass is laughing. LOL, Tony is seeing dollar signs when he heard you say 33 cars. Who got 33 cars? Who said 33 cars?
I think he's talking about when you said there's 33 cars in your city in where you
Oh,
at.
okay, got you.
Yeah.
Is that what
Yeah.
happened? Was you like thinking like,
Yeah.
woo,
Yeah.
expansion?
No. Yeah. No.
Because
Honestly,
you
though,
about 4 hours from here, right? Kentucky,
uh,
4 to 6.
yep. Yep. Yep.
I think I
Yep.
drove through Kentucky trying to get to West Virginia a couple years ago.
Okay. I bought one
Yeah.
of my vehicles from West Virginia.
Oh
West
yeah.
Virginia. Yep. It's about a 3 hour drive from here.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. Yeah, it was a
Yep.
total of
Yep.
11 hours West Virginia. How do you
Yep.
feel about West Virginia?
Honestly, I didn't even. I just went and got the car and I was gone. I
And you
guess
made
I
it
came
back,
right back home.
huh?
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, I
yeah.
didn't
But not.
know.
Yeah, but now he's right though. He's onto something. So basically, what I here's my mindset now. Thinking ahead, I'm already planning on expanding and basically having basically like shops in other cities. and have like employees to work for me and stuff like that, because you know how enterprise budget
I
agents,
know.
they
I've
have
seen it up at the Montgomery Airport because there are some car rentals there, but they don't have any cars.
they don't
So
have any cars.
people are
Yeah.
getting me for a 1 day book, and I just got
Yep.
a really great review from this guy who was like, "Yeah, Tijuana was a lifesaver. I had a flight, and there were no rental cars
Okay. Yep.
available." And,
Yep.
and then how convenient it is, because if you rent a car at one of these spots, you got to go up there to the counter, do
Yep.
the thing, and
Big
deal with
line.
people. After
Yep.
COVID, people, we don't like dealing with people. Everything, people, we like this virtual. We like
Yep.
this, you go be over there. Like
Yep.
people don't like the like I know I don't. And I get a lot of good reviews. People feel like I've given great customer service, and I haven't met these people. I'm doing some pre-populated text that give them a little simple message. Every
Yep.
once in a while, I may have to pop in there and really text something for real, to answer a question or something. But for the most part, it's really hands off, and that's how people like it nowadays. They like,
Yep. Yep.
being able to just get off the plane and go right to the car, take a pic, and then
Yep.
get in there.
Yep.
So
Now
we're
I'm gonna
about
hit
to
off what.
kill these rental car companies.
Yep. Now I'm gonna hit off what you just said. Now here's another thing people can take advice pointers on is at the airport here. Anytime I go to the airport to deliver a car, I pick up a car with a customer. I always take me a stack of business cards with me, and I
Oh,
go and I pass out my business cards at the airport, and I go inside. And the people who works at Enterprise Budget Avis, I ask them. I say, "Hey, are you guys sold out of rental cars?" And if they say yes, I give them my cards. Say, here's a couple of my
okay.
cards. I have my own car rental service. Send people my way. And a lot of times they'll do it. They'll send people my way, because they don't have any cars anyway. So they sold out. And so I promote everywhere I go, especially at the airport. And one thing that you can do too is with on my business cards, I actually have a QR code, like a barcode scanner.
Okay, I
So when
want
you
to do
scan,
that.
when they scan the barcode, it takes them straight to my Turo page. So they don't even see nobody else but me and it takes straight to my page. So
Wow,
it's
I
easy
like
for them to
that.
see, yeah. So it's easy for them to pull me
How'd
up.
you do that?
Actually, there's two ways to do it. One way is you can go online to Vistaprint, Vistaprint.com, and because that's also how I got my shirts and my t-shirts, my hats, and all that stuff. You can go on Vistaprint.com and do it that way. And then also Staples. Like I went to Staples, and there's a guy that at Staples. He actually had designed my business cards for me and put the QR code in as well. At Staples.
He
Um,
created the QR code, or
Yes,
just?
yeah, he created the QR code. Yes,
Oh, okay,
but
gotcha.
you could also do it. You could also do it too, though, on Vistaprint, and it's real easy because all you do is when you designing your card or your shirt or your hat, whatever you want to design, all you got to do is basically choose the QR code option, and then you just copy your link, go to your Turo link, and then basically and paste it. So then basically once you scan that QR code, it takes you straight to your Turo page. So it's real
Oh,
easy to
okay.
do. It's real easy to do on Vistaprint. Real easy.
Okay, I will
Um,
check that out.
yeah, but that's one thing that you when you said the airport, because like literally every time I go to the airport to drop off a car or pick up a car, I promote. I promote and I pass
Okay,
out
I need to
cards.
promote more. I'm not really good at promoting.
Yeah, and I
As
promote. I promote on social media. I promote at gas stations, car washes, everywhere. Like everywhere I go, I pretty much like pass out cards. I have my shirt on, my hat on, my I got a chain that says Tony. So I kind of promote like everywhere. Everywhere
all
I go.
right,
Promote.
Mr. Tony.
Yeah, and yeah, and now and then with the airport too, like what you just hit on was a lot of people like Turo better because no deposit. A lot of times they want a deposit. You got
That's
to show
true.
like you
A
got to show
major
like a
credit card.
major credit card. You got to be 25. You
Yep,
got to show like a
25.
you got to show like a lot her nowadays they won't even admit to you unless you show proof of a plane ticket, a flight. You got to have proof that you was flying. Yeah, you
Oh, because
got
they
to
don't want locals.
they want locals.
Yeah,
Got to show
yeah,
a plane
yeah.
ticket, which
So
is
they know
great.
the
Yeah.
locals be the ones that really dog your stuff
Yep.
out. My
Yep.
airport peak customers, I love them to death.
I
Like
love them too.
they gonna be
Yep.
on time returning it because they got a
They on the
flight.
same flight.
They got to
Yep.
go somewhere.
Yep.
But they may be late picking it up because you can't, if a plane is late or
Yep.
something like that,
Yep.
especially the East Coast folks, usually I have issues with them being late because the flight delayed, but they
The
can't
flight
help
delay.
that. And
Yep.
the good thing, if you can have it remote where it's not you having to be there to meet them, I felt like that would have been really irritating for me if I was, actually meeting these people and stuff. And then when they get late, you having to try to hold in your
Yep.
emotions. It's like, you're supposed to be here 3 hours ago. You said midnight is 2 in the morning, and like
Yep.
I got stuff to do. Like I couldn't imagine if I'm having to physically meet these people when
But
people come at different times.
that's what I do. That's what I do though.
I don't know how
That's
you
what
do
I
it,
do.
but now you got folks coming to you. But you doing a lot though. You doing a lot. I
Yep.
wouldn't. Look here, we got a new person in the chat. Said Marcus Costin says, "I've been through West Virginia. I plan on never going back. That's all I'm going to say." Yep. That's all we need to say too. Yeah, that's how I felt about it too. I drove through and I was just lucky and felt great that we made it back
Yeah. Yeah.
with our
Uh,
skin.
so another question I want to ask you about the YouTube part, kind of stay away from Turo for a second. Is how did you get so many subscribers on YouTube? And how long did it take you to get that many subscribers?
A little more than 2 years. And
Okay.
so a little more than 2 years. And some of this, I'm gonna say that when I first started the YouTube channel in 2020, I had like 3 subscribers, and I was new to the social media, and I had got on LinkedIn, and someone had inboxed me saying, "Yeah, I went to your YouTube site, and you don't have any subscribers. I'm a promoter. Pay me $100, and I'll get you 1,000 subscribers." Anyway,
Really?
so I did that, right? Yeah. And within 30 days, I had 1,000 subscribers. So I had checked the box off, for the monetization. You have to have 1,000 subscribers and the 4,000 watch hours. And so, yeah, that's how that went. And then, so after that, I don't
What?
know. I just started sharing the videos, posting. What are you gonna say?
No, I was saying I'm intrigued because I thought you was going to say like it was like a scam or something, like a scam but
Oh,
it
there's
was real
more.
though. It
Oh
was
yeah.
real. The
No.
prom-
What? What
the
did
it
you
was
say?
real. Like that person that who hit you up and said you
Oh
can
yeah.
pay.
But,
Wow.
you're going to lose some of those because all of those aren't real subscribers, and YouTube don't like when you do these kind of promotions to try to build your channel like that. And
Oh, okay.
yeah. So like right now my monetization is has a my AdSense account is suspended because after that, I was, getting with these different promotions to like kind of to promote the video. And it's one company 24-hour views, and then there's other views places. I had put them in the search box, so I thought it was okay to do that. And in my mind, I was just promoting the video because I would share it to my Facebook, share it to these so-called promoting type of things. And anyway, YouTube doesn't like that because you get all those views aren't real, so it kind of just
So
they don't
they
do it.
wouldn't. So it wasn't real people, like we're
Some
subscribers.
of them are bots, and
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
so you'll be losing subscribers too and stuff.
Okay.
So then, so I
Okay.
know for sure 1,000 of those are purchased, but after that, just promoting my video. What I did was I grew my Facebook. Um, so I used to keep like 5,000 friends all the time. So I would, every day throughout the day, I would post something up there and start trying to get. I figured if I could get like 1% of those people to subscribe, so
Okay.
I
That
was
makes sense.
actively still trying to build it. So I know
Okay.
some of it I purchased, and then some of it was me actively hard working and stuff. But however, those buying views and all that, sharing it with these search engine type of paying for stuff is don't do it. Because I
Okay.
like now it took me forever to also figure out what the issue was, like why they put the hold on theirs, because um some of the places when they do that, they are sending your videos out to different countries and stuff. So
Oh,
if those people are getting you money for the views and stuff, it don't count because it's coming from a different country. So what
okay,
I've done, this is just today too. I went and unlisted those videos that had money on it, just in case that was the reason why they were saying you're out of the group. But yeah, so
oh, okay,
don't do that. But what I'm telling you to do to really grow it is to be active on it. Be
okay,
active. You got
okay,
it likes for you to put something on there. And these shorts are amazing as far as like getting views and stuff. And
okay.
I also with a YouTube mastermind group with the lead attorney. Have you heard of the lead attorney?
No, I have not.
All right,
No.
he's a YouTuber. He's an attorney, black guy, real nice, and he has a mastermind where he's helping other YouTubers to get monetized. And so we
Oh,
have this.
okay,
Even some of the folks here commenting, like Monty Bass, he's part of the group. He has a channel, and so the lead attorney, he's like very open and transparent, showing us how he got monetized, and things to do to help grow your channel and stuff. And
okay.
uploading daily, I can tell you for sure that that works, because if you look back through my channel, I had points where I would try to put everybody on a challenge to go 90 days, upload a video every day, because have you heard of Roberto Blake? He's another YouTuber.
I have
Anyway,
not.
okay, so he is one of those people that kind of promote building up, growing a YouTube channel and all that stuff. And he pretty much challenged you to say to be prepared to put out 100 crappy videos, because a lot of times people won't post videos because they're like, oh, this isn't good. Oh, I don't edit and all that stuff. If you look back at my stuff, I don't edit, do all this stuff either. I put my stuff out there. I just feel like I'm gonna be my own self and
Yeah,
put it out there and let people see and like me for me.
yeah,
And that works too, because you can look at some people could have a really big channel and it's just them on the iPhone or them sitting in their car. And I think that the reason why that person's channel is doing well is because they're are being themselves, and people like seeing real true people
yep,
and you being yourself, and that's
yep,
what will get you. So
yep.
putting something uploaded every day, going on other people's channels, leaving comments and stuff like that, that works. You got to be active, and like you
Okay.
just even coming over here, even though I'm, not doing any big things, it's gonna draw attention to your channel, because people coming over here, and then now the algorithm is going to be saying, oh, these people watch her, they let's see how they feel about you. That's how you was sent to me, because the algorithm see that I'm looking at Turo people and stuff, and I've leaving
Uh,
comments on other Turo platforms and stuff, and these
okay.
hosters or people with the channels coming back talking to me, and that's how you build. It's like a community. They want for your channel to be big and grow. So yep,
Okay.
you just got to be active. You can't go
Okay.
days
I
without.
got you.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like having
Okay.
a fire. You know how you got to keep putting a little wood on
Keep
there
it.
to keep it
Yeah.
going.
Yep.
So you just got to
Okay.
feed to something.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. With that being said, it's kind of crazy because out of all the videos that I posted recently on YouTube, the one that actually gave me the most attention, the most views, was my vehicle that got wrecked. I had a vehicle that got into a car wreck recently, and for some reason when I posted that video, it got like 2,000 views in like a couple days. Like it was like a lot of
Post more
attention.
videos about the wreck.
Okay, and that's why I
The
was like,
thing is,
man,
when you see something that's taken off, you just got to keep going
keep
on it,
okay,
keep talking about
okay.
it, and doing all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, cause that video really had like more views than like my video saying like how to buy, how to get, 20 cars in a month, or how to make six figures, or how
Yeah.
to
You know
do this, do
why?
that. Like I don't
Because that's probably most people's real fear. Like a lot of people want to do this tour, but they scared. Like, what's happened if a car wreck? Like, you know what I mean? So, I noticed that
okay.
when I put out a guest crashed my car, host buys 5 more vehicles. That video did well. Not saying I'm getting thousands of views or anything like that, but
Yeah.
for me, when I start, and I get the little VPH numbers on there, I know that this is a good video. And
Okay.
for whatever it's worth, since I've been doing these Turos consistently since July,
Okay.
channel has been growing. My channel's been growing, and like I said, once I got with that mastermind group, we meet twice a week with the lead attorney. He's excellent, and his channel is monetized, and he showed us how much he's making a ton of money. People, these YouTube like this here, once we get it off the ground, the Turo thing is just going to be like what's drawing the people in. But the real money is going to be coming from this YouTube. This is where the money's
Wow.
at. This is where the
Wow.
money's at.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. I'm gonna have to subscribe to that guy you're talking about, and then I'm
The
gonna have
lead
you.
attorney in
Yeah.
the mastermind.
And
Yeah.
then yeah. And then somebody just said those is facts and follow this channel at the Leah Attorney's channel. Oh wow.
I'm
Wow.
telling you, and
Wow.
it's the truth. It
Yeah.
has changed me because I used to do the videos on demand, and then if you see any of the lives that I used to do, it used to just be me talking out to nobody because I didn't have any live audience. I just did that because I didn't make any videos to upload, and I
Yeah.
know that it's important to upload daily.
Okay.
Upload daily. If you can touch it daily
Okay.
or at least 5 times a week, every other day, but you got to be touching it because whenever you upload it, it just bring more attention to your channel, more views. But if you
Okay.
go, you upload a video and then you wait 2, 3 days, or you wait a week, or it's been 11 days or months
Yeah.
since you uploaded something, your channel is like cricket. It's like,
I got
it's
you.
nothing there.
Yeah, I
You got
understand.
to be active. You got to be out there. You got to be willing to keep just uploading, putting up stuff. And now these lives is what's really happening and stuff. Like people give you making money with super chats, you're making money with cash apps, you're making money with all kind of little stuff on these live videos and stuff.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow. I didn't know
And if
that.
you
Okay.
do the VODs, the video on demands, premiere them and then be part of the chat when it premieres. Because the
Oh,
algorithm like to see that you engaging with other people and stuff. And it'll start sending more
okay.
people to your channel when you
Okay.
start
Okay.
engaging. And that you
Ah,
respond back right away, like how I left you a message and then you
yeah.
get right back. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. You want to
Okay.
do that. You want
Okay.
to
That's good to know.
you like and heart everybody's comments, even the haters and stuff. You know what
Even
I
the
mean?
hater, right. Even the
Yeah.
haters.
So you're gonna get
Okay.
that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. What's
You're
that?
gonna
Yeah.
get
Yeah. Oh
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's good to know. The person you was talking about. Do you know on this live check? It's my first time on this live on YouTube. How many people can you have on the live chat on her? Is it just two or is it more?
No, this says I can have up to 11,
Okay, we might have to
but
do some more of these.
nobody
Some
else
more.
wanted to get up here. This
Okay, well,
is
so we
on
might have to do some
StreamYard. Do
more.
you have StreamYard?
I don't, but I'm think I'm gonna download it though.
Oh
I'm gonna
yeah, yeah,
download
yeah.
it
See, and then
and
we keep doing these collabs. You know what I mean? We're
yeah,
gonna grow this here. You know what I mean?
yeah, because it'd be
Soon,
nice
once
to
we get
have.
set up in these lives, it's gonna be hundreds of people in the chat, thousands of people in the chat, and we're gonna be helping a lot of people look like us
Yeah,
grow and get big, because it's time for us to have our own business. It's time for us to be teaming up and getting out there, getting these bags and stuff, because
yeah,
it's our birthright to have riches and have all this stuff. You
yeah,
know what I mean?
yeah,
It's
and it.
time, and
Yeah, I
people
agree.
want to know about it.
Yeah, I agree.
Here, Money
And
Van
it.
says, "Great live stream."
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. And it'd be nice to have like other people like us in other cities, and they can
Yeah.
get on here too. We can kind of like talk about everybody's experiences and where they at, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And yeah, it'd be nice. And what I was going to say, so when you get time, look up like I said, look up CEO Matty J, and look up CJ on 32. He that both of these people, CJ on 32 is in Chicago, and he's really big too. He has a lot of fans, a lot of subscribers. He's a YouTuber. It basically is a car guy. What he does is he buy cars, he fix them up. He does like raffles. He does like he put like big rims on the cars, paint jobs, and then he'll basically trade it or sell it or get something else. And literally, he got popular and famous now from this basically doing cars and posting it on YouTube. And now
Wow.
he has so many endorsements, and so many followers on stuff on YouTube that pretty much that's like his living now. That's how he pays his bills, you know.
Wow.
And so
Yeah.
he's very very big. So like he inspires me, and then CEO Matty J, he's in Atlanta, and he got like probably like 50 cars now. He's actually younger than me, and he got like he's in real estate and he does Airbnb too in Turo. But them two is kind of like who would, you know, kind of inspired me because they both have a lot of subscribers. You know, they have a lot of you know, followers,
Yeah, they
and
consistent. You
they're
got the
consistent.
same
Yeah,
energy. You
yeah,
got to
yeah.
watch. I'm telling you, once you start consistently do it for 90 days. Just
Yeah.
upload, and keep
Okay.
building your audience.
Okay.
You got it. You got it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I was pretty much come on. I was all over your stuff.
Yeah.
Come
Yeah.
on,
Yeah.
give me some stuff.
And
Let's
then
promote.
there's a page, there's a like a, what do you call it, like a podcast. I
Mm.
don't know if you ever heard of like it's like earn your
Earn your
leisure.
living, earn your leisure.
Yeah, earn your leisure. And then there's
Yeah,
another one like social proof, I
social
believe.
proof. Yeah, I know about
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Go to those sites, go to their channels when they're doing lives and say something or leave a small super chat or something like that and get your name shouted out.
Okay, yeah, because
I've
I'm
done
trying to
that.
get. Okay, yeah, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get on the show. I get on there so I can talk to somebody because I noticed like CEO Matty J, he did a podcast on one of those, and that's how
Mhm.
I found the video of him with Turo was off that On Your Leisure uh, video that he did.
Yeah.
You know, so I didn't know. I was just curious of how to get like, I guess like on the show or on the podcast so I could like talk to somebody and kind of like tell them my story, and then like try to get because like both of those have like a lot of subscribers, you know,
Yeah.
and view. Yeah. Um, so I was just, you know, I was just curious because I'm not too knowledgeable when it comes to YouTube. You know, like I'm big when I have a lot of followers on like Facebook
Yeah,
and
Facebook was
Instagram, stuff like
easy.
that. Yeah,
YouTube
easy.
is
Yeah.
hard because it's so slow. It's like cooking beans, right? You got to take time with it.
Okay.
Facebook, man, I blew up to 5,000 and then I got a Facebook page and I post things in views
I got
and
you.
friends, you know what I mean? It's real easy there. But on
Yeah.
YouTube it's a lot difficult and so what happens is we tend to get discouraged and stop posting because
Yep.
I upload a video and I got 4 views. Man, I
Yep.
don't want to even look at that. Like
Yep.
I get online, I don't even want to see that. I don't want to
Yep.
see that
Yep.
humiliation. I got 4 views. You be like,
Yep.
you know what I
Yep.
mean? But
Yep.
with this, you have to keep doing it because it's like I said, making beans. You know what I mean? You picking
Okay.
beans, it take a while for that. If I'm telling you I'm about to make some beans, you know you ain't eating that for dinner. You got that gonna take some time. You got to do. You got
Okay.
to. You know what I mean? So you're
Yeah.
looking forward to. You got to wait in the same way that you feel good when it's all ready. You're gonna feel that way with this YouTube too. You just gotta nurture it like it's your baby.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Click on that little monetization tab and see that tree and start visualizing like I'm growing this tree. You know what I mean? When you seeing your subscribers, because you're real close. Once this gets out, you're gonna get people gonna just be coming to your channel to subscribe to hear more about what you got to say. Like you just
Okay.
sit here. We've been on for 2 hours now. You pretty much hopped on within 10 minutes or so of me talking, maybe a few, I don't know. But you've
Yeah.
been on here talking and you didn't held it down for a whole, we've been going back and forth.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
could make a
Okay.
commitment to get together and talk if people want to hear us talk.
Yep.
They was put
Yep.
questions in here. This is for both of you. This is for Tony. I mean, like
Yep.
you sat here and you didn't educate. You didn't drop gems. You came over here. You didn't drop gems. People interested. People
Yep.
interested to see. They want to know more about you. How you did it. They want to listen. They sitting ears pinned back and attentive, wanting to
I
know. Like this
got
guy
you.
did it. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You got a special testimony. How many people could say they got 16 cars?
Yep.
You know what I
In
mean?
one
Like
year.
you
In
doing
one
it.
year. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
you in your 30s? Hmm.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. Go forward, do your thing. You doing it. You just gotta be consistent. That was why I kept saying more videos because I'm
Would
like,
be
this guy don't even realize you right there. You
yep,
right there.
yeah,
Within
yeah.
6 months, you could be like 100,000 subscribers. Your channel could just take off because
Wow.
you coming out the gates with like a fleet.
Yep,
I mean, not like no little joke. You coming out the gates with like, I was working at AT&T a year ago.
yep.
I was, you know what I mean? Like I ain't no special person. I didn't come from this, that, and the other. I was like a regular working Joe. And now look at
Hmm.
me. I got 16 vehicles out here, and I got an image. I got a style. I have, I've got my brand with my
Yep,
black cars and all this stuff. And now you seeing how you've pivoting. Now I want to start adding more SUVs, or I'm doing all these different things and stuff. Like you now are a business entrepreneur. Like you have built a business from scratch till you have something that you can sell for, $500,000 because you've been showing the revenue and all
yep,
that stuff. So you can sell your business now. You know what I mean? Now
yep,
you've started a real legit LLC and all that stuff.
yep.
Lenders
Yeah,
and
you're
stuff
right.
are going to be throwing money at you,
Yeah, yeah, you're
throwing
right.
money at you,
Yeah, you're right.
hundreds
You're
of thousands of dollars. And then imagine what you can do when your mindset is already set up to be able to be big because you just built something massively, right? And now
yep,
that you can leverage other people money, man, you can shoot. You got it. You got the
yep,
formula. All you need now is the use of other people's money to where, because we all have a limited amount of cash,
yep,
right?
yep.
Even if
Right,
you got to put down payments on the car, all that stuff,
right.
like you said before, I had to register all five cars. I had to get the insurance there, all that's money out of your pocket. So if you don't have business credit and you using your own personal credit, once you start using your personal credit, your utilization gonna go up and your score is gonna go down.
Yep, yep,
So it's real important. You can just like shoot off. Like I'm taking off like a rocket because I got a good portion of the market here. I have seven
yep,
vehicles, only 32 of them here, and seven of them mine. You know what I mean?
yep, yep.
And I'm the only one offering
Unlimited miles.
unlimited
Yep.
miles, Turo app. I get you at the airport, and I will open up the delivery box, if a person really needs it. But I don't like offering the delivery because I did it
Yeah.
once when I first signed up, and I didn't realize that Turo had me, pretty much giving up all of the love for free. And this lady booked my free delivery that I didn't know I was offering, and she was way out in Deetsville.
Mm.
And so, I have to drive it out there and I have to have somebody to follow me to get back, or,
Yep.
pay Uber or something like that. But, it didn't work out for me. Like, I didn't think it was a good use of my time, or it wasn't enough money for it, to be
Be
for me.
worth it.
Yeah,
Yep.
it wasn't worth
Yep.
it. So, but
So,
yeah.
so what? The last question I want to ask you, if it's okay, I don't want to be too personal in your business, but so like, what do you average a month? Like when you like when you have the three cars, or when you with the more cars you added, what do you normally like making a month now? If you don't mind sharing,
Right.
Turo.
Okay, so I really don't have any true facts because the first one I got involved was July, and I
Okay.
started with the three cars, and I pretty much immediately removed one, and
Okay.
then so maybe a week after that, a guest came back late in my car, and I panicked. I didn't know what to do, so I
Okay.
ended up calling. Reported the car stolen because when I spoke with Turo people, I didn't understand, like what are y'all telling me? Are you telling me to call the car? Or are you telling me to like they were being real kind of vague about it. So I didn't know that people come back late. And this
Okay.
person was way late. It was more than a day. Came back 2 days late with my car, but I had reported it stolen, so they put the car on restriction. So I
Okay.
haven't had a full month where all my cars have really been out without like restrictions or me putting them on hold because I had a vacation. So I don't have true numbers to tell you, but I
Not
would
yet.
say that each car looks like they probably going to generate about 17 to 1800 um a month, but like I can't
Okay,
really say for sure. I would have
I
better
got you.
numbers after next month,
Next
because then
month. Okay.
everything's out there. I'm open, like I'm not
Yeah.
like, oh, let me put this,
Yeah.
so
Okay.
there
I
were
was just,
some
I was just,
gaps
I
in
was
there
just
where the cars weren't out there.
Yeah, yeah. I was just curious. So just to kind of let you know, and anybody else who watching this, like I said, I got a video that I posted on my page, talking about like what I'm making and stuff like that. So pretty much every month, almost every month this year, I have made around 30K, around 30,000 a month.
Wow.
Is what I made, but what people got to realize though is it's not all profit though,
Right.
so because I had to pay my car note, insurance.
Yeah.
I have to pay rent at my storage unit, and so with those, so like just my car notes alone, we having 16 car notes, that's like 8,000 a month right there,
Right.
just in, yeah. So my monthly expenses, I say, just guessing, is probably about 10K a month, and I'm making about 30 a month is what I'm
Okay,
making. So
that's a
I
great profit. Yeah.
probably, yeah, it's good profit, but it's still, I'm looking at it as it's still room for improvement. I can still make more because
Hmm.
if like I did the numbers, I did the math. Like if all my cars rent out every day for the whole month and I have like no like downtime, the potential is like, I think it was like 48,000 a month if
Wow.
all the cars rent out, basically, because 100, because basically 100 times 30 is 3 grand, and then you times that by 16. I got 16 cars. So I think it was like 48 grand, almost $50,000 is what
Wow.
is what I can make, potentially. So that's my goal. So like I said, so that's my goal. Like my goal is, I mean right now I'm happy, but I'm still not content,
Yeah.
and I want to, because there's a guy that I came across one day on YouTube, and he does what we do, and he has like, it was a lady interviewing him, and he was like, he makes like 100 grand a month,
Wow.
but he also has like almost 100, he has like 80 cars,
Okay.
and yeah, so he has a lot of cars, but he make like 100K a month on Turo, and I was like, wow,
Yeah.
that's goals, that's
Yeah.
and so I'm trying, yeah. So, but right now, I pretty much make about 30,000 a month, which is, which is crazy to say, because coming from a job where I was making that probably in, you know 6 months,
Half a
basically
year.
half a year,
Yeah.
yeah, half a year, and like 1 month, you know, it's just it's crazy, it's a blessing, you
Yeah. I'm
know,
super proud of you.
thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And see, Marcus here says, Tree is right. YouTube is the new media, and with 16 cars, Tony has the possibility for tons of content creation. Consistency is the key, as she said. I delete channels when they don't post a lot. See there? Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, that's why
okay.
I kept going back saying make more, because
I got you.
I was seeing you was getting views. I'm like,
Yep.
but you ain't putting nothing out there. You gotta
Yep.
hit it. You gotta put it out there,
Okay.
because
Okay.
when people do find you and they see something they like, they're gonna look to see how many videos you got. I
You
don't know.
got
Did you
okay.
just upload a bunch? Because at one point I didn't see. Like I felt like I went through your channel. You didn't have no more videos, and now you got stuff from 11 years ago. Where that come from?
Oh yeah, yeah, no, yeah. So so here's the funny thing about that. So 10 years ago, I used to be into loud music, like stereo competition.
Mm-hmm.
So my YouTube channel, I literally only had it for, I had it for a long time, but I only used to post stuff when I went to these car stereo competitions to compete. So I used to make videos of my cars in these competitions for music. Well, I kind of got out of that phase and kind of stopped doing that. So then I stopped posting for a long time on YouTube. And then I've always been a car person. So then like anytime I got a new vehicle, I would do like a little, I would do like a review or like a tour, like kind of like a just like a regular tour of my car. Like when I bought a new car. So every couple of years I will make a video of one of my cars, just showing people, what the car looks like and stuff like that.
Okay.
And so then I did that for a while, and then I stopped posting videos for years. And then just recently this year was I started doing Turo, and
People
I got
waking
so many
up,
cars.
right?
Yep, yeah. As I started
Yeah.
part, yeah,
Hop on
yeah.
it. Uh-oh, Monty Bass is saying something here. It says Tony needs to join the mastermind. We are live with TLA right now. What? Where? I didn't get no link.
Tony is doing them. What is the
The
mastermind?
mastermind with the lead attorney I was telling you about. So he's saying
Okay,
they're doing a live right now. Let me see about this
we are
live.
live with TLA now. And who is
The
TLA?
lead attorney.
Oh, okay,
Where's
okay.
the live at, Money Bass? On locals or on the lead attorney's channel? Let me see here. Cause we need to be up on there. I'm telling you, you the man. You'll thank me for this later. You better anyway. Cause
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like two are on Zoom. On Zoom. Oh, so I'm not part of it. How come I didn't get an invitation on Zoom? Did I miss? Am I not part of it? How did I did not get one? OMG. Well, Money Bass, how do I get him over there? I didn't get no Zoom. But Money Bass is saying that the thing is on Zoom. I don't know. I thought I was part of the mastermind. He said, "Don't leave your live though." Like, okay, so he's telling me not to leave the live stream because the live stream is good. Yeah, this is the record for me. It's, 2 hours and 16 minutes. I've
Wow.
never done this
Are you
long.
able to are you able to see how many people was on her or is
Yeah,
watching your live stream?
yeah, we've had up to 6 people at one time, but
Okay.
it's been people on here the whole time. But it kind of fluctuates. So right
Okay.
now it's only 4 folks still hanging with us. But they
Okay.
say
And then
he
what and
emailed
then
me. Locals link wasn't working. And
email
what
it.
did you say, Tony?
And then once we end this, then it will actually save. It will save on your page
YouTube.
too. YouTube. Okay, I
Uh
got you.
huh.
Okay.
That's where you're at now, right? On YouTube. You came.
Yeah.
You come
Yeah.
on.
For me too. Yeah.
Yeah. So what you
Okay.
can do is you can clip, some of this and upload it to your channel.
Okay.
Like,
All right.
some go through it and some because you had some really good comments and all that good stuff. And
Okay.
you can repurpose, put it out there and stuff, chop it up with this. More people will watch the replay for this live stream. Okay. He emailed okay. I just still what is today? This is Friday. Why would we have a anyway, I didn't get the
Okay.
link for the thing. I don't know. I'm
Okay.
feeling left out.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
try to get in on everything, but yeah, doing this here, make like okay. So this week, I first made my commitment that I'm going to try to go, not try, but I will intend to go live Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I was thinking, I look at my analytics to kind of tell me, give me an idea when's a good time. Viewers are watching and all that stuff. Um, However, running this Turo business, I was trying to do it every day for like a lunchtime. But, when I'm having 4 cars to flip and then bring back and put,
Hmm.
sometimes, it may be easier for me to do night like I did tonight. Because
Yeah.
I've been busy all week, but I did keep up my obligations for the lives and stuff. You have to be consistent. That totally is the number one thing because
Okay.
people will, leave. They'll
Okay.
leave if they come by, even if they find one of your videos they got led there, then they go to your channel and see you ain't been there in weeks. Like,
Okay.
oh, this is an abandoned station. They out.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay. I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'll make some more videos.
All right, you starting to
Yeah.
look sleepy, so I'm gonna. You
Okay.
good though?
Yeah. Yeah. I'm
I
good.
sure
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. No
Hmm.
problem. Like I said, I hit you up and we'll do some more, and then try and find other hosts in other cities too, and
Yeah.
we could all come
Have you
together
heard of
and
Ralph? Ralph something. Let me see. I've he's a small channel too, a little bit about 3,000 viewers. His thing too. I want to tell him he needs to upload more too, because this guy's good. He know how to edit. His stuff is real tight, but he just don't put enough out there. And I think
okay.
what happens is that when we see the growth is slow, we just give up. Be like, okay, let me
Give
just go
it.
back over to TikTok, because
Yeah.
I put a video out on TikTok and boom, I'm blowing up. So it's
Uh,
be our ego and stuff, but we got to make this work because this is where the money's at.
what is
Like, I
that?
don't think
Mm-hmm.
people getting paid like they're paying over here at YouTube on TikTok. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Or I don't know, but I don't think so. So the thing
Yeah.
is just to stay consistent and keep uploading, because whenever I do a daily upload, I can see subscribers trickling in. I see
Okay.
the views coming up there, and the algorithm is like, oh, okay. And then the other thing too is to stay consistent. Like, you have to find a niche, and you have one, which is Turo. When
Mm-hmm.
I was doing this whole variety, they call it a variety channel. They say variety channels don't work, which they don't, because you're splitting your audience up, right? So
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I was talking about nursing stuff, because I'm a nurse. So when I was going back to where I was talking about travel nursing, so I
Mm-hmm.
had people that was coming over here for that. Then I was talking about narcissistic abuse, so how why your mindset, why you can't make it, because if you involved in a raggedy relationship is toxic and all that stuff, you trying to be an entrepreneur, you're not going to be able to do it, because when you get home, you got Leroy over here, or
Yep.
Denise, or whatever the thing is going on. You got baby mama drama or baby
Mm-hmm.
daddy, all this stuff. It's hard for you to actually develop yourself, because you're constantly, having these little mental struggles and stuff. But anyway, I'm gonna let you go, because I know I can talk a lot, and
Okay.
I don't want you to fall asleep on here and then hurt my feelings. But I
Okay.
sure thank you, Tony, for showing
Uh,
up.
no problem. Talk to you soon.
All right. And thank
All
y'all
right.
for tuning in. If you haven't, go ahead and click up at the top of the link and see Tony's sign up for his channel. And if you haven't already, like and subscribe, and tune in, and we're gonna keep y'all posted for when we come back and hit y'all up with another one of our fabulous videos and show y'all how we getting these Turo bags. And like I said, Tony said he's gonna be bringing the system together, and I'm gonna make sure I stay on him to make sure he do fill these requirements and obligations, y'all, to spread this word and help most of us and more people to get focused and do this stuff and get this money with this Turo. So thank y'all, love y'all, peace and love, and talk to you and see you in another video.